Celtic on the break here, Mzadze with the pass. He's on his bike again, isn't he? It's a decent touch into space, flicks it around the defender. He was disappointed with the final shot. He was going by the post anyway. You've got to again make Rab Douglas work.
He does do some things wrong. Caballero's flick. Sara in pursuit. Take your time, Rab. Sutton for Larsson onside. Petrov in the middle. Cut out by Lee Wilkie. And that's not out. Dave Mackay cleared. Celtic try to keep the pressure on. Sutton. Petrov running around him. It's Stilian Petrov! How did he miss? He's not sure. Should have been 2-0.
He's disappointed, you can see it in his face, and rightly so. He actually controls that one there. Chris Sutton could have been held back a little bit, but Petrov battles on, got himself a yard of space, and again you've got to hit the target. It's a real chance for 2 for Celtic. Good play from Chris Sutton, real presence here.
I think the Dens Park groundsman is disappointed as well, because he kicked a chunk out of the turf, having missed that opportunity. Good work from Paul Lambert as Caballero hesitated. The Celtic skipper didn't, and nipping the ball off his toes. Here he is again. Lennon and Lambert have been short of their high standards so far this season. A crucial area of the team for Celtic. Chris Sutton holds it up for Momo Sila. Lambert wants it. Lennon. Petrov was strong. And he has to be against Gavin Ray. Celtic pushing the ball around, waiting for the moment. And turned out to play by Johnny Hernandez, the Venezuelan. Nearly 27 minutes played at Dens Park. Dundee 0, Celtic 1. O'Halloran's throw. Larsson flicked it on. Popped in by Sila. Valharen's cross. Lee Wilkie first there. It promises to be a busy afternoon in that Dundee central defence. That was Tom Hutchinson. And hooked away by Mzadze. Caballero, neat change of direction. Holds off the challenge of Lambert. And a good pass to Nachanovo. A stinging shot. And good handling from Rab Douglas.
Novo's certainly the one that's causing Celtic most problems going forward. Good first touch here, picks the ball up, gets himself a yard of space, and again makes Rab Douglas work, which is nice to see.
Chested down by Larsson for Sutton. Tried to push it wide for Guppy. Short of pace. Mzadze. Caballero. The Georgian international team captain, Mzadze again. Gavin Ray prods it through for Nachanovo. And doing the backtracking, Momo Sila. Hernandez optimistically putting the ball down at the corner flag, but it's a throw. Valharen's header. Lambert's clearance. Tom Hutchinson prodded that away from Henrik Larsson. Not what you call a pinpoint pass from Lee Wilkie, but it finds its way through. Dave Mackay now. Time flies, nearly half an hour gone already. Celtic have the lead. If you've just joined us, you can see it on screen. 1-0, and Henrik Larsson with his 10th goal of the season. And it was something special from the Swede to bring up his double figures. Valde's header. Caballero. Good touch from Nacho Novo over the head of Larsson. And Novo couldn't keep the effort down. He'll be disappointed with himself.
He won't be disappointed, but again, he's worked opportunity for himself. He's got loads of space there, and the one feeling he's got in his game, his finishing isn't the best. You've got to hit the target again there. He's earned himself seconds, got composed, and really hasn't got that one properly at all.
Patient play from Celtic. Finally one back. Tom Hutchinson. His pass came off the back of Juan Sara. And that's possession handed back to Celtic all too easily as far as Jim Duffy's concerned. Sutton plays it wide for Guppy. And Lee Wilkie on the end of his cross. A towering figure in defence. Just in case Jim Duffy can't see, it's a corner kick. Staring into the sunshine. In from Stilian Petrov. Spectacularly there was Momo Sila. And that's a Dundee free kick. I wonder what's concerning Jim Duffy at the moment, Chick.
Yeah, I think he feels he's getting Silla's getting far too much space down the right-hand side for Celtic. He's had a word or two with his players to come across. Juan Sara's the man who's not tracking back. He also wants more work out of Fabian Caballero. He feels although he's playing three up front, they've got to get the work rate up a little bit, track the runs, particularly of Silla down the right-hand side. And Sara at this moment very wide. There's Caballero. He's got a job to do getting back as well.
I think lip reading there, he was using slightly different words, but Jim Duffy trying to get his message across. Here's Caballero. Sara running up ahead. Now needs support. But wins a corner kick off Steve Guppy. And that allows Dundee to push Wilkie and Hutchinson into the box. All bar Larsson back inside the penalty box for Celtic. Novo's delivery. Hutchinson got a touch. Now Hernandez, and again Dundee unable to keep the shot on goal down.
I think if I was Jim Duffy, Rob, when they go forward, Novo for me is the only one that's got any real urgency in driving at the Celtic defence. I think Caballero and Sara have to up the pace a little bit when they get the ball.
"12 minutes away from half-time. Neil Lennon given away. Not too often he does that. Caballero spots the run of Nacho Novo. The man most likely to spark something for Dundee. Hernandez. Valde's header. Barry Smith does the fetching and Carrier. Smith's cross. Lambert's header away. Gavin Ray inviting Hernandez to get down in the overlap. And that almost broke back for Novo. Steve Guppy to Henrik Larsson. Chris Sutton makes a run. It's Sutton. Hits the deck looking for a penalty. No joy.
It's a good move from Celtic. Henrik Larsson here, nice and patient. Plays a good ball in, slipped it through Sutton. It's a tangle of bodies more than anything else, and I think the referee's right to play on. 6 and 2 threes.
Celtic won all 3 games against Dundee last season. They lost only 1 goal in the process. And John Underhill reaching into his pockets. I think for a card, it's a yellow card for Gavin Ray. Not, I don't think specifically for this one, but maybe for a series of offences.
It's certainly for persistent fouling. That one's not too bad. He did one a useful hand earlier on, but I must admit I can't think of any others. I think he's just a little bit unfortunate there.
Celtic go in search of a second goal from the set piece, in from Neil Lennon, another away by Lee Wilkie. They haven't done too much wrong defensively, Dundee, but the goal obviously was a collector's item.
Well, it's class, isn't it? That's the difference between the teams at the moment. That man, Henrik Larsson.
And that was, of course, the 30th goal in BBC Live matches from the Bank of Scotland Premier League this season. It was 29 pre-match, so I make that 30 now. Is that right?
I've been really impressed today with your mathematics.
Sutton's layoff. Sila, Larsson. A chance for number 2.
That's brilliant football for me, nice and crisp and quick. That's a great ball in from Momo Salah. Henrik Larsson getting across in front of the defender, and unfortunately just not on target.
Jos Valharen winning the header against Juan Sara. Caballero to Ray. It's a Dundee throw. He is an entertainer, isn't he, Nacho Novo? Always positive. And Wilkie recovers against Larsson. One of Speroni's better clearances. But Lee Wilkie has recovered from a much publicised fallout with Ivano Bonetti, Sandy's pal.
Ivano who?
To win his place with Dundee and a place in the Scotland squad as well. Was Hutchison and Hernandez and Caballero. Now Nimzadze. Late was Petrov. The Dundee fans willing John Underhill to reach into his pocket, but he's not going to do so.
I think that's good refereeing. It's certainly a free kick, but for me that's Talion Petrov's first offence of the match.
The cross from Hernandez. Wilkie's knocked down. And no one there to benefit. The last time Dundee beat Celtic at Dens Park was 1988. 1-0, and Tommy Coyne scored the winning goal. Featured for both these teams in his time, of course, Coyne. A heavy one from Balde on Sara, advantage played, but there won't be an awful lot of advantage because that pass was always swerving towards Douglas and away from Novo. Chris Sutton is offside. Happily accepting the decision as ever.
Smiling face.
Speroni's clearance, straight at Paul Lambert. Through from Guppy. Petrov chasing.
I'm watching Henrik Larsson rob the last two pass backs. He puts the goalkeeper under so much pressure that he ends up making a poor clearance. And it sums up Henrik Larsson. Magnificent attitude to the game.
Sara to Smith. Now Mackay. Mzadze. Caballero. Hernandez trying to slide that into the feet of Caballero. Didn't come off. The Celtic have lost it. Nacho Novo gets beyond Jos Valharen. Trying to turn it back for Juan Sara. And he's been the man of the half, hasn't he, for Dundee?
He's played exceptionally well. Caballero, give him credit there for working back the way, but Noble picks this loose ball up, drives at defenders again, tries to cut it back, and very unfortunate.
Can Dundee make something of the set piece? No is the answer. Petrov's header at the near post. Nearly 42 minutes on the clock. Gavin Ray. Played in by Mackay. It came off Balde. Petrov's clearance. And now Celtic on the counter-attack with Larsson. And that's good covering from Barry Smith. Speroni beaten once in the match so far by Henrik Larsson. I don't think any goalkeeper in the world could have kept that out. Guppy being closed down by Dave Mackay. He's made that left side berth his own in recent times, Steve Guppy. Having come on as a sub against Basel and made a big difference in that game at Celtic Park. Well up was Bobo Balde and Momo Silla. It looked like an arm used by Tom Hutchinson, gets away with it. Clumsy challenge from the Londoner on Larsson, and a free kick.
Good play again from Henrik Larsson. Just gets a touch to the ball, takes it beyond the defender, and really didn't try to bring him down, but certainly caught him.
Balde's up, Valharen 2. In from Guppy. Mackay won the header. No stoppage time at the moment is the word. So 60 seconds left. Larsson's cross. That was Dave Mackay in the way again. How do you assess it so far, Sandy?
I think Dundee will feel a little bit unfortunate, you know, with no more chances. They haven't put one in the back of the net, but the general build-up for me, you know, it's got to be a little bit quicker. They've got to get the ball forward quicker, because if they don't, Celtic get bodies behind the ball, and make it really difficult to get through them. But Celtic will be delighted with Henrik Larsson and his goal.
Was that a Swiss ball, a ball? Or was that a Basel?
I'll just brush that one off.
Oh no! I thought we were clear of those. Nemzadze. One last chance in this first half for Dundee, possibly. Gavin Ray, deflected by Valhaeren to Novo. It's the side netting. Another chance bites the dust.
It's that man again, isn't it? You know, he's been everywhere today for Dundee. He's been a real thorn in the flesh for Celtic. Again, picks up the loose ball, and again, a little bit unfortunate that time for me. Maybe go across the goalkeeper, try and hit the back post, and you may get a deflection that ends up the back of the net. But he's been a player for Dundee today.
Chick Young promised me faithfully there'd be no stoppage time. 30 seconds already. I should know better. Barry Smith driving forward. Petrov was the man in the way. It is half-time now, and Celtic a goal ahead at Dens Park. Guess who? Henrik Larsson with his...
I don't know if there'd be fans or whether...
Often before, and he's done it again here this afternoon. He's made all the difference with that spectacular strike. And what Jim Duffy wants post-interval is a little bit more in the way of application and a little bit more composure in the final third.
That Genova, I think, is the one that he's created all the problems for Celtic today, but his composure in the last little bit could make all the difference.
Good supply from Novo in the wide position, and a good take by Rob Douglas. So Celtic 1-0 up away from home, and Aberdeen 1-0 up away from home in the two Sunday afternoon matches. Nemzadze to Novo. Caballero and Sara waiting in the middle, but they'll be waiting a while for that to reach them. Baldy for Larsson, and chested down by Wilkie for Hutchinson. I don't think Lee Wilkie was too keen on getting that back from Dave Mackay. Good turn from Fabian Caballero, good recovery from Bobo Baldi. Almost seen it. Henrik Larsson stepped over it and wanted it back from Chris Sutton. It didn't quite come off.
It's a good build-up from Celtic. Momo Silla, nice and patient, picks out Larsson, good dummy. Sutton knows exactly what he's doing, and the lay-off. Chris will be not happy with that one. Too much weight on the pass. Henrik Larsson, I'm sure, is disappointed as well. Certainly a chance for his second goal.
14 goals from the Celtic front two so far this season. 10 for Larsson, 4 for Sutton. Silla stopped by Hernandez. That's Valhaeren. Caballero wins it back and gives it away. Georgian Mzadze gets the better of Stilian Petrov, the Georgian team captain, against the Bulgarian national skipper. Smith, Caballero has some time. Novo, Malharam there. Larson prevents it, going behind for the corner. Good anticipation from Hutchinson, doing a tight marking job on Chris Sutton there. I think Jim Duffy wants a little bit more from Juan Sara.
I tell you what, he'll be disappointed in there when that ball's played in from Nacho Novo down the right-hand side. Useful Haran's got a free header. Juan Sara's 3 yards away from him and didn't make any type of challenge at all on the ball. That's why Jim Duffy will be complaining right at this time.
Sutton's layoff. Silas cross, flicked off Hutchinson's head. Mzadze. Novo. That's good work from Lennon. Full of graft, full of industry. Caballero, not the touch he was looking for. Haran to Petrov. Well won by Georgian Mzadze. A sliding tackle from Neil Lennon. And that's poor from Caballero. Silla chasing the Lambert pass. Strong stuff from Hernandez. Gavin Ray. And that's straight down the throat of Willie Larson. Lennon to Petrov. Prodded away from Sutton by Hutchinson. Good quality on the pass from Mzadze to Novo. The quality of the pass not matched by the quality of the control from the little winger, who took a knock. And Chris Sutton offside.
At this stage of the game, the problem Jim Duffy might have at the moment is the fact that Sara, Caballero and Novo, they can't keep the ball. They have to keep the ball to let the Dundee back four out and get support from the middle of the park. As soon as the Dundee back four clear the ball, it's right back on top of them, and that's got to be a real problem for them.
Speroni aims at Sara. Free kick is against Sutton. Would have been more than a few this afternoon.
Yep. And you think of Gavin Ray, caution.
That's good control from Juan Sara. Can he keep it? Yes, he can against Paul Lambert. Running into trouble though. Lee Wilkie's pass was a poor one. It's been an untidy start to the second half. Henrik Larsson chasing. The long leg of Lee Wilkie. Stretched out. And got that away. Silla, back to Lennon. Paul Lambert. Good exchange with Chris Sutton. Good build-up.
Good play from Celtic there, the build-up. Neil Lennon, good ball into Lambert. Nice little flick. Chris Sutton should have played it first time for me there, because Paul Lambert's continued his run and he just got a yard offside.
Celtic with the slender advantage at Dens Park, a one-goal lead. Henrik Larsson with the only goal so far. And a free kick, this time in Chris Sutton's favour. Given against 20-year-old Tom Hutchinson. Lambert plays it into Sutton. Clever dummy, but no one else on the same wavelength.
That's unusual. Henrik Larsson normally reads what Sutton's doing exceptionally well and picks up the second ball. Wasn't the worst dummy in the world. And we've seen a few dummies.
I was waiting for that one. Just about 10 minutes gone in the second half. Silla probing at the centre of the Dundee defence.
That's a good battle today, Hutchinson and Sutton. Nice and fair and physical.
Just the way you like it. Actually, when were you ever fair? I think about watching you in action.
Didn't think you were that old.
I've seen some videos. Neil Lennon into the feet of Chris Sutton. Paul Lambert looking to get on the end of it, but offside, which doesn't go down too well.
He's concerning the lines. We can see he's flagging up there. I think he's got that totally wrong. No wonder Chris Sutton's upset. Could have been a back end when you look at it, but for me the linesman's not got a very good view to see him backing in, so I think he maybe gave offside and made a mistake.
Certainly didn't look offside, did it? Sutton again on his left foot. Not his best effort.
Good skill from Sutton. Again linking with Larsson. He was disappointed with the left foot shot. Normally hits the ball better than that. He's having a real mood today though, Chris Sutton, is he not?
Silla's back heel. Lambert trying to find some room in a cluttered midfield. Good movement from Stilian Petrov. And Lee Wilkie in the right place at the right time. And that's what Petrov does so well. Driving through from midfield, joining the attack.
It's good one-touch pass to get there as well, and Lee Wilkie again forced into the clearance, giving away the corner kick.
In from Steve Guppy. Wilkie powers a header away. Clever pass from Guppy. Silla. Sutton gets there before Hutchinson. Steve Guppy. Got a fair bit behind that. But not too tough a save for Spironi.
Good play from Guppy. He knew the yard of space inside the box there. On his left foot. Decent half volley. Goalkeeper well behind it.
Given away by Georgi Nemzadze. He and Gavin Ray know each other's play so well. But that time it was unsuccessful. Georgi Nemzadze stopped there looking for a free kick. Lee Wilkie for Juan Sara. Wins the throw off Jos Valharen. So much of the play for Dundee flowing through Nemsadze. Such a creative player. Gets a free kick. Maybe a tad fortunate there, I think. He was going nowhere fast.
I thought it was obstruction, to be honest with you. I don't think it's quite as serious as he looks there. Neil Lennon just put his body across him. There's certainly contact, and I think obstruction's a fair decision there.
A worry for Dundee there for a split second as Nemsadze went down clutching the back of his leg. Not moving too freely, but he is up and about. It's Caballero through the wall, but not with any great power. And that's a waste of a set piece.
It's a pure free kick. Actually, Celtic were disappointed. The ball actually went underneath the wall. Fortunately for them, no pace in the ball at all.
It's 1-1 at Livingston at the City Stadium. David Sousa has equalised. Russell Anderson scored in the first minute for Aberdeen. 1-1 there, 1-0 here for Celtic. It's not five-star Celtic by any stretch of the imagination, but the all-important statistics are in the top corner of your screen. The top sides win when they're not necessarily firing on all cylinders.
That's right. All you can say was a five-star goal, can't you?
Top quality, and the goal certainly was from Henrik Larsson. Dundee will still feel they're very much in this match, though.
We've seen it so often, 1-0, totally control. Celtic are in that kind of situation at the moment. But it just takes one mistake. Nemsadze, Caballero, they've got the ability to put the ball in the back of the net.
It is Caballero. Watched very closely by Valharan. Makai to Novo. Momo Sila's headed away. Sutton to Larsson, keeping himself onside. So elusive, Larsson. And now with Guppy. Finted across, now does, and the Sutton header is kept out by Speroni at full stretch.
It's good play, Guppy down that left-hand side, a little change of direction going beyond Barry Smith, and Chris Sutton's on target, and Speroni getting a good left hand to the ball, full hand to the ball to keep it out.
That keeps Dundee in the hunt. Floated in by Lambert. Great jump by Lee Wilkie, and he fell pretty heavily. Looks a bit groggy as he tries to get back to his feet. Now he's able to push out to the edge of the area. Back comes Celtic though with Sutton. It was aimed at Larsson, Wilkie in the way. And Celtic looking for the second goal, which, well, it wouldn't extinguish all Dundee hopes. It might well see them home here.
I think it would, and I don't think it's too far away. Chris Sutton's starting to have a real presence in the game. He's back to goal, plays exceptionally good. He's linking in well, and for me, Celtic are going to get opportunities sooner rather than later with the pressure they're putting on Dundee.
Good work from Nacho Novo. And good work as well from Momo Sila. But we haven't seen enough from a Dundee viewpoint of Nacho Novo in the second half. Very prominent in the first period. Nemsadze with the corner kick. Rob Douglas came a long way for that, and he had to get it. His throw finds Henrik Larsson. Celtic throw. A decision which doesn't go down too well with the home support. Happy to be ahead, Martin O'Neill, but he knows that it is a fragile advantage. Although what you'd have to say against Jim Duffy's team at the moment is they're not creating chances.
As we said earlier, they can't keep the ball up front. The front three have been disappointing second half.
Chris Sutton screening the ball from Hutchinson. Now Lennon. Silla can't get past Hernandez, but has it back now, and almost setting up Henrik Larsson for a goal. That was slack play from Hernandez.
He did exceptionally well to win the ball in the first instance, but a little bit sloppy here, taking far too long to clear it. Momo still nice and persistent, had a look up, trying to find Larsson. It's a little bit unfortunate there that Henry couldn't go on the end of that one.
This could have been a costly mistake by Hernandez. I think his left foot's a stronger one. When you look at that attempted clearance. Played in by Silla, and escorted away from the penalty box by Lee Wilkie. Steve Lovell is an option on the bench for Dundee. It was pretty much between him and Sarah for the starting place, and I wonder whether Lovell might be brought in before too much longer to give Dundee something a little bit different up front.
I wouldn't at all be surprised if Jim Duffy certainly maybe even tried to change the formation, maybe play 2 up and 1 off. But Juan Sarah, for me, his contribution today has been disappointing. Lovell can only get better, I would think.
Mzadze's free kick is forgettable. And talking of subs, John Hartson would seem to be a likely contender from a Celtic viewpoint, because Martin O'Neill will want a second goal, I'm sure, to breathe a little easier about the outcome here. Hartson scored 3 in the last 3 games. Good battling qualities from Barry Smith. Georgian Mzadze under pressure. Stilian Petrov robs him of possession. Chris Sutton blazes it too high. Well, there was a chance.
We see Stilian Petrov again working so hard in the middle of the park, stealing the ball off Georgian Mzadze, tried to play the pass in. Good dummy from Henrik Larsson. Sutton read it properly. Disappointed not to hit target again. But he gets head over the ball and make sure you make the goalkeeper work.
Georgian Mzadze was raving about Stilian Petrov in the build-up to this match, and you could see there the qualities of the Bulgarian. Novo beats Lennon. Now tries to get past Guppy. Good play from Nacho Novo, if not quite the final ball into the box that he wanted. Mackay, his cross deflected. Check any movement on the Celtic bench?
Well, actually, there's been a powwow in the last couple of moments between Martin O'Neill and John Robertson, just discussing the possibility of substitutions. Jim Duffy resisting the temptation at this stage, well over an hour, Rob. We've usually seen subs at this stage, but no movement.
Yeah, nearly 68 minutes gone at Dens Park. Celtic 1 up. Lambert back to Silla. That's good defending this time from Johnny Hernandez. And a free kick given against Momo Silla's challenge. Hernandez is actually the oldest member of that Dundee back four at the ripe old age of 23. Determined play from Jos Valharen to win the header. Now Larsson and Sutton on its way to Guppy. Hutchison and Ray. Lennon lofts it wide for Silla. Paul Lambert's cross. Come off the head of Hutchinson. Mackay to Novo. Good recovery from Larsson. As Nacho Novo gets an earful from Jim Duffy. Petrov gets the break of the ball. Stilian Petrov denied by the crossbar. Missed a glorious chance in the first half and so unlucky with that effort. Fortunate with the break of the ball, Petrov, but so unfortunate to see that one missing by a matter of inches. Now it's Dundee on the attack with Hernandez. Baldi is first there. Caballero, Gavin Ray, stopped by Valharen. Good work from Chris Sutton. Asking questions of the youngster Hutchinson, and he answers them pretty convincingly too. Barry Smith took too long. Celtic back on the ball. I think Larsson caught in two minds there between having a shot at goal and chipping it in for Sutton.
This is a chance for Petrov here. Again, he's lucky, he's pressing the ball again, gets the break. It's real skill. It's so unfortunate not to end up the back of the net. Again, we see Petrov, he's always willing to go beyond the strikers.
A terrific effort that by Petrov. But I think we might be getting a Celtic sub before too much longer, Chick.
Yeah, John Hartson's the man who's going to be introduced into play. Obviously, Martin Neal's got a small portable television in there. I heard us talking about it. And he's going to make the change. I'll tell you in a moment who's coming off, Robert Hartson definitely coming on.
Just make sure he's on the right channel, because this is the one for Bank of Scotland Premier League football. You see it all on BBC Scotland. And 1-0 Celtic in this afternoon's live match at Dens Park. And 1-1 between Livingston and Aberdeen at the City Stadium, as John Hartson gets his boots laced up, and Hartson will replace Sutton, we hear. There's Barry Smith and Dave Mackay, Fabian Caballero, and it's overrun. And Rob Douglas gets a touch of the ball. He hasn't had too many in the second half.
He's had a very easy start to the second half, there's no question about that. He hasn't had to make a save. He's managed to come and catch one corner kick and one or two crosses and through balls, but it's been an easy day for him second half.
Here comes Petrov again, getting beyond the strikers. Guppy's cross, Larsson was waiting, Hutchison got there, a vital touch. And it's given away by Hernandez. Again, Dundee guilty of not being able to keep the ball, keep possession. Celtic threaten again with Sutton. Wilkie goes in for it and comes away with the ball. That's good play from Lee Wilkie. Not quite the pass, Nacho Novo wasn't going to catch it, but real grit from Wilkie. Baldi kicks for touch. It's up on top of the roof of the stand.
I think he was trying to hit me with the ball, Rob, because I said the distribution at the back for Celtic certainly could be better. In fact, I think we've lost it. It's right out the ground.
Oh, we've got another one. So Celtic can make that change now. Chris Sutton gives way. Martin O'Neill has been known, of course, to play Larsson and Sutton and Hartson. He did it in the BBC Live match at Firhill. But it's a straight swap this time. And John Hartson looking to add to his 4 goals this season for his club. And, of course, 3 in the last 3. O'Neill hopes he will continue his scoring streak and seal the outcome here at Dens. Hartson against Wilkie. It's a heavyweight tussle, that one. In addition to Hartson's Celtic goals, of course, he's been in scoring action for Wales, scored in Finland, a 2-0 win there. A big part of the plans of Mark Hughes. Struggling, though, to get regular first-team football at Celtic. Caballero's off and running. Powerful effort and not far away. Dundee could do with more of that.
That's so much better from Caballero. It's the first time he's actually managed to keep the ball. You can see the ability driving at people. Only one thing in his mind, I'm going to hit this, and it's only inches away. That should give Dundee a lift. It's a good shot.
Two goals already this season. Not far away from number 3. Free kick given against Hartson. The clock now playing its part. We're inside the last 15 minutes. Celtic have the lead. Terrific running again from Stilian Petrov. Great movement. Larsson's header. Here's John Hartson. Still Hartson. Was there a handball? Nothing deliberate, I don't think.
There may have been contact. Intelligent header from Henrik Larsson. Good control from John Hartson. I think it certainly caught his arm, but definitely accidental.
Came off the arm of Tom Hutchison there, but never much chance of a penalty being given. Into the feet of Hartson. Prodded away from him by Hernandez. Mzadze skipping through the midfield, but over-ambitious, and that might let in John Hartson. It's wide. Another opportunity for Celtic to make it safe.
It should have been number 2. John Hartson knows that. Again, Celtic working very hard. Paul Lambert picking the ball up there. Great early pass there from Larsson. Hartson staying onside, tried to pull it across the goalkeeper, but pulled it too wide. Really got to hit the target again. He'll be disappointed with that one. He knows he's got better quality than that.
You'll have seen that Aberdeen have scored again. It's 2-1 for them at Livingston. Kevin McNaughton scored their second goal. Anderson, Zausa, McNaughton is how the scoring's gone. 2-1 Aberdeen, 1-0 Celtic here. And chances have gone, begging for Celtic to make it 2-0. As Dundee prepared to bring on Steve Lavelle. We spoke about it a while back, and it's going to happen now. And I wonder if it's going to be Juan Sara to give way. He's been relatively anonymous. Sila's cross, and cool play from Lee Wilkie. Chests it back to Julian Speroni. But that's possession handed straight back to Celtic again. Guppy in, Hutchison there. Hartson won the header, and Stilian Petrov was stretching for the shot.
Good play again, Guppy this time. John Hartson, good header again. That man Petrov, support from midfield. Magnificent run again. Not the best of finishes though.
All sorts of players stripping on the far side. Chick, what's happening?
Yeah, well, it's over the sunshine that's beaten down here, Rob. We're taking a bit of a tan on the far side of the park, but apart from that, tell you that first of all, Lovell's going to come on for Dundee, and also Stephen Craney will be coming on for Celtic. And just a couple of seconds, I'm going to tell you exactly who they will be replacing, but 2 more changes. Craney being stripped now on the Celtic bench, and Lovell about to be introduced into play in a few seconds.
2 Steves about to come on, Lovell and Craney. And Dundee really need to be having a go in these closing stages. Just 1-0 down. It's still there for them if they want it.
Jim Duffy's got to have a go now. There's no point in, doing okay and losing 1-0. You're as well going for it. You're as well losing a second.
He's going for it too, because it's Tom Hutchinson who's coming off. So he takes a defender off and a striker on. Hutchinson off, Lovell on, the 21-year-old. Who scored on his Dundee debut. Lovell got the winner against Hibs. And Stephen Craney, the Scotland defender, on for Celtic in place of Momo Silla. It's nearly too late for man of the match, but not quite. 0900 10 225. As another ball bites the dust. 07736 600 600. New balls, please. Fernandez with the throw. Nacho Novo, lovely turn. And wins a free kick.
Good skill from Novo down the left-hand side. Still in Petrov. He's eye on the ball, but Novo's too quick from there. No doubt free kick.
And the Dying Swan routine made sure of the free kick for Novo. Pretty impressive limp he's got there as well. Dundee United Rangers live next weekend. Johnny Hernandez with the free kick. Gavin Ray, shot blocked. Barry Smith, Nacho Novo, now Caballero. And it's a free kick at the edge of the area.
You see the bodies in there. Nacho Novo, decent touch. Tried to fire with the shot. Great tackle from Useful Haran. I think it's certainly hit his elbow more than anything else, but the referee's seen that as deliberate.
This could be a pressure point for Rab Douglas. And you get the feeling this has to be the moment for Dundee if they're to salvage something from the game. It's Caballero when it comes tonight. That's Craney. Sarah pulled out of the challenge because Jos Valarin was very committed to it. That's what he's all about, that's his game. That's why he does so well. Guppy and Lambert and Lennon playing keep ball, but threatening at the same time. John Hudson failed to play his part in that 1-2. As Dundee desperately want to get possession and get the ball upfield. It's good play from Guppy. Hartson stumbling under the challenge of Wilkie. Dundee trying to scramble it away. He's all action, isn't he, Stilian Petrov?
He certainly gets about the park, there's no question about that. He's got great energy, real enthusiasm to play football, which is great to see.
It's Dundee United Rangers next weekend, and the weekend after, it's the first Old Firm match of the season, live on the BBC. A 2:15 kickoff. We're on air at 2. Ball winning from Gavin Ray. Now Nemzadze. From Novo. Gets himself in front of Larsson. In fact, Craney it was. Won it well. That's good play from Wilkie. He's had a good game.
He's been nice and steady, Lee Wilkie. He's been a tower of strength at the back for Dundee today.
Nemzadze. Lovell. Still at Steve Lovell. And Nacho Novo. Poor across, but it might work out for Hernandez. O'Haran was there to deal with the cross. Novo again. Missed completely by Rob Douglas. And grateful to Bobo Baldi recovering in behind him as Steve Lovell was lying in wait.
You're right, Rad Douglas, no man's land there. And for me, if Steve Lovell attacks that ball, he's got to have a chance. It's like Zara earlier on, you've got to have a go. And no point standing back and admiring it. Go and attack the ball in the box.
Lee Wilkie is forward for Nemzadze's corner kick. And better play from Douglas this time. Picking the ball out in a busy 6-yard box. Good luck to keep that in, Dave Mackay. Celtic trying to cling on to their 1-goal lead. And Dundee have to be pressurising in these closing stages. Just 4 minutes left of regulation time. Still it's Henrik Larsson's goal, which makes the difference. John Hartson waiting for the run of Steve Guppy. Corner kick. Off Nacho Novo. Stilian Petrov with the corner, Larsson's flick. Wilkie's headed away. Dundee countering. It's good play from Nemzadze. Caballero. Can Dundee find a way through? But not like that. A disappointing pass from Caballero to Sara. Who's man of the match?
I'll tell you, Rob, there's a few contenders. We look through Larsson for his goal. Could easily have won it. Stilian Petrov, very unfortunate not to go on the score sheet. But I think one of the reasons, the main reason Celtic have only scored 1 goal today is the performance at the back from Dundee for Lee Wilkie. I think he's been absolutely immense. Just like that one there, he's won every 50-50. And for me, it's an outstanding game.
Good news from a Scotland point of view, the form of Lee Wilkie. Scotland didn't defend at all well in the Faroes. And Lee Wilkie will be pushing himself further and further into the frame as far as Bertie Vogts is concerned. When you consider what he's been through in the last year or so, it's a fantastic comeback.
You're absolutely right. He was dead and buried at Dens Park under the previous management regime, but Jim Duffy there's no question he's got him back with enthusiasm, and he's now developing into a first-class central defender.
An injury to Paul Lambert. Here's how it happened. He clattered into the back of Fabian Caballero. Came off second best. Needs a tonic for his chin by the looks of it. "89 minutes played. Nemzadze was obstructed. So Dundee inching towards goal. Another free kick.
Nemzadze, I was actually looking forward to him playing the ball in the box here, but Yusuf Al-Haran has got out to block the set piece. Dundee have got to make this one count for me. They've had far too many free kicks in decent areas and haven't made Rob Douglas work hard enough. I've got to get on target this time. Get the big boys up and put it in the mixer.
A yellow card for Paul Lambert. It seemed to be waved towards Paul Lambert, at least. Some suggestion it might be Neil Lennon, but can Dundee rescue something with Caballero? Powerful shots. Gus Valhaden was in the way. Back it comes from Barry Smith. Lee Wilkie staying up. It was Balde who won it. 2 minutes to be added. And Jos Valhaden again, a tower of strength. If Wilkie's been dominating at the back for Dundee, Valhaden again immense for Celtic. That's a tired one from Fabian Caballero. "30 seconds added already, 90 seconds to go. Can Lee Wilkie get a man of the match goal? Steve Lovell's effort, the sting taken out of it. And Rob Douglas stopped it going behind.
Caballero, decent header, knocked it back, and Lovell picking up the loose ball, playing the 1-2, and worth having the shot, but blocked, and an easy one for Rob Douglas.
1 minute added, 1 to go. Is there a twist in the tail at Dens Park? It doesn't look like it. Last chance saloon for Jim Duffy's Dundee. They've done pretty well, but haven't carried enough of a scoring threat in the second half.
All their chances came first half, didn't they? Almost all to Nacho Novo, and really couldn't make them count.
Still chasing deep into stoppage time, still in Petrov. He's a real example to youngsters in his approach to the game. And that's
which of course is live on the BBC.
Such was Henrik Larsson's contribution against Kilmarnock. They should have put the magnificent seven on a loop on the Celtic Park tannoy. Not only did he score 3 times, he also rode shotgun for Chris Sutton. Killy must have had visions of a Lithuanian-style scoreline as the goals kept flying in. Larsson was imperious again for Sutton's second. A penalty completed the 5-0 rout. But the Hoops Strike partnership know it won't be anywhere near as easy against Rangers next Sunday.
the only goal of the game. Nacho Novo was outstanding for Dundee, but couldn't really add.
Sammy said to me that the door's always open for me, which is it's great. But I'm just concentrating on my club career at the minute, and if I ever do decide to change my mind, he said he'd have my back with open arms, which is very big of him, like, to be fair. So that's where we left it.
For the moment, Neil Lennon's only concern is keeping Celtic on leaders Rangers' tail before next week's Old Firm showdown, and he feels the signs are good for the defending champions.
You can see signs now that everyone's sort of coming back to the best, and I think obviously the more games they play, you know, the more they'll get back into the rhythm of you know, of their best form, and you can just see wee bits and pieces in training now that everyone's coming back to what we know we're capable of.
And that could prove to be bad news for this weekend's opponents, Kilmarnock, as the defending champions start to get into their stride. Davy Province, Sky Sports.
7 goals. Here's what happened today. Paul Mitchell.
Larsson releases. Larsson into the box. Flicks it back. And Russell Anderson was relieved to see his captain knock the ball to safety. Much is made about his finishing, but he's got a bit of pace about him as well. And a good clearance. Corner taken. Petrov, Sutton. Deflection. Almost a deadly combination. Corner into the box this time. Sutton with a flick. Off the post. Silla. Oh, what a miss kick. The glancing header all the way to the back. And he was very unlucky, and Silla, well, no such excuses. Steve Guppy wide. This one plays it across. Hartson was there. Eventually it's nodded half clear. There's a substitutional handball. It may well have been Mo Silla. The Celtic fans felt it was Aberdeen. The pressure continues. Guppy with a deep one. Hartson! That's the moment Celtic have been waiting for. And they take the lead after 25 minutes. The ball made its way to Steve Guppy, took the touch. What a great cross in between two defenders. And David Priest beaten on a strong header by the Welshman. Onside, Henrik Larsson. He's released into the box, plays it across. And John Hartson supplies the finish. Henrik Larsson, well, he was the set-up man. Guppy with a lovely ball through. Larsson went in, Delamo couldn't get there, and how's that for a finish? Larsson to Larsson, coming through there is Thompson. Can he finish? Oh, he's unlucky. Great skill by Celtic. Played the ball about well. In came Thompson, one way then the other. It was always going to be the left foot. He just tickled the post. Petrov trying to get the ball back in. McAllister, well, that's a mistake from Priest, setting Celtic up. Hartson. Nobody perhaps fortunate to get away there. Well, it's not completely where Visconti has to go in. The free kick given. Well, Visconti gave the ball away initially. Thompson, Larsson, Petrov prepare the free kick. Thompson wanders away into the wall. Larsson goes to the little chip. It's as simple as that for Henrik Larsson. Thompson pulled away. Henrik Larsson had to get it absolutely right. Priest, no chance. He was guarding the other side. And it's 3-0 to Celtic. Hartson down to Silla. It's on to Henrik Larsson. Danger once more. Alan Thompson straight at the goalkeeper. He scored 16 times in 83 Celtic appearances. He was set up well there by Larsson, but he couldn't beat David Priest. Sutton trying to get things moving for Celtic, but Delamo will play it through. Now Young plays it out wide. There's a slip there. Visconti got the ball trapped, got the shot away. Bobo Baldy plays it back. Robert Douglas doing his job. It's not clear yet. Young turns, plays it across. Touched away by Larsson, and the danger is cleared for Celtic. Celtic coming forward again through Thompson. Petrov will play it out left. Guppy's made the perfect run, good control. And he'll keep it on his left foot. It's inviting. Headed away. Thompson will flick it in. John Hartson's there! Fantastic by John Hartson. And what a way to complete your hat-trick. Once more, it was about the quality from Guppy. Thompson had it. He'd hooked it back in on the second chance, and then the chance across. Brilliant finish. Thompson plays it out wide. Rutkiewicz went for the early ball on Guppy that time. And evaded them both. Sutton shouting for Guppy to move down the wing. It's just what he's done. Guppy now into the box. Cuts it back. Hartson with a chance! Good save by David Priest. The cut back perfect onto Hartson, but Priest with a save. Now it's out to Guppy. Played inside. Baldy stayed forward. Tries the shot! What a goal from Bobo Baldy! An unlikely source, but what a finish. Ball knocked back inside. Baldy, touch of the right foot onto the left. And I don't think anybody was expecting that. What a finish. And a second goal of the season for Bobo Baldy. 10 minutes left. Celtic 5, Aberdeen 0. Celtic looking for a sixth to give them the biggest league win of the season. Aberdeen looking for a goal, the first in many games against Celtic. Robbie Winters, the last player to score, but Momo Silla's got the sixth goal on his mind. Back to Hartson! And there it is, number 6 for Celtic, number 4 for John Hartson. And Celtic on the way to their biggest league win of the season.
85 minutes gone. Give it their all. We needed them to maybe have a wee bit of an off night, and unfortunately to go out in penalties is a cruel way to go out, but got a big game Saturday to look for tonight.
3 times we're playing to win it 3 times for 12.
Any victory is a sweet one, but for this lot, last night's win at Ewood Park is one they'll remember for many a year. Celtic brushed aside Blackburn on their own patch to silence Rovers players who only a fortnight ago claimed the Scottish champions weren't up to scratch.
When we hadn't played well in the first game, then all the disparaging remarks were made. But I'm delighted last night. We were very strong. We played very, very well indeed. And some great moments, and the players were prepared and are delighted in the last 10 minutes when they've got the second goal to go and show what they were capable of doing.
2 weeks ago, Henrik Larsson showed his English counterparts how capable he was. Well, he demonstrated his class yet again last night with another masterpiece. 1-0 Celtic, 2-0 on aggregate, and Rovers now needed to score 3 to qualify. But they didn't even look like scoring 1. Celtic created most opportunities and John Hartson should have doubled their lead early in the second half. But the second, which definitely killed this tie, arrived in the 68th minute. It was a happy Rovers return for Chris Sutton, who bulleted a header past Brad Friedel.
It's nice to score at any time. You know, I enjoyed my time at Blackburn, but in the end I'm a Celtic player now, and it was good for us to get the goal because it gave us, you know, plenty of breathing space then.
Souness's team was being outplayed in all departments, and he knew it. Losing to Celtic must have been a sore one for the former Rangers boss, but he was gracious in defeat.
They played well tonight. You know, they played it like a proper European team away from home. They defended very well. The back three, I thought, were outstanding. I thought Sutton was the best player on the pitch, and all credit to them the way they played tonight.
So, no doubt a happy journey home for the Celtic squad. They'll now face the tournament's second favourite Celta Vigo in the third round.
Neil McCann and Christian.
I'll just take it as it comes.
Did you have an inkling, Simon, that you might be involved because Martin had suggested that he would be taking some of the younger boys out?
I thought, you know, the fact that it was 8-1 in the first leg, I thought I'd have a chance. So really the last couple of weeks I've just been trying to impress in under 21 matches, and I thought I played quite well on Monday against Dundee United, so you know I thought I'd half a chance, you know, coming over.
Are you nervous about it, or is it something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to. I don't see there's any reason to be nervous about it. You know, I've played a couple of teams with first team and I've always felt quite comfortable. So yeah, I'll just take it as it comes, as I say.
Martin had said earlier at the press conference that this was a chance for some of the boys who don't regularly get to play, to shine and maybe impress them and get involved more later on.
Definitely, I think the fact that we went out the Champions League, maybe meant that like for the younger lads, it's not as easy to break through and there's obviously less games, to play. But I think that there's a lot of the boys on the fringes that are really ready to make an impact, and they'll be looking to use this game, just to impress the manager.
You've got your own European experience as well, but haven't you? Because you played against Uefa.
I played against Uefa. It seems a long time ago. I feel as if I've progressed quite a lot from there and matured as a player. So yeah, it was a good experience at the time.
What about suduva then? What are you expecting from them, knowing what you do know, how they can play?
I think obviously it wouldn't be as easy a match as it was at Celtic Park. I think everyone knows that, but we're not really thinking about them. I think that the manager's obviously brought in, he'll bring in a few fresh faces, and that will obviously keep the hunger within the team. So I don't think there'll be any sort of complacency at all.
Has it been frustrating for you, Simon, just not getting the break that you've wanted to? Because obviously you've got people like Henrik Larsson, Chris Sutton. You're not really got the best chance to get involved because we've got such big stars in the team.
I think there's always two sides to it. I think in the one hand you're learning from world-class players. If you get the opportunity to train with them, then you're picking up good habits and things like that, that are going to stand you in good stead for your career. On the other hand, it is going to maybe take the extra year or two to break through, so it's just, weighing up your options, really.
Do they take time out to give you advice, people like Larsson and Sutton?
They do, they talk to you, now and again, but I think it's really just the way they conduct themselves that you take from that and just try and maybe add some of the parts of their games into your own game.
So you're looking forward to it, it's a big experience.
Goals in the first leg, but we also know that David Fernandes has proven his ability. I mean, pre-season he was immense, good chance for him as well.
Oh yeah, we think the world of David. He's been unfortunate not to get a game, but we've got such quality up front, and he's been a little bit unlucky. But we think he's a terrific player, so it'll be great for him as well. Yeah.
And Alan Thompson's coming back for injury. Bobby Petta's making an appearance as well. Should Steve Guffey be worried?
Well, I mean, Steve's been playing extremely well lately, and it's difficult to unlodge him, but I wouldn't go and judge it and say anything about that. But all they can do is go here and go and show what they can do and give the manager a headache, and that's all you can ask for.
What about suduva, John? Because I don't think we expected them to play quite the way they did, because we knew against Brandbergen that they could play football, but do you expect them to come back with a wee bit more tonight?
Well, yes, I do. I think it'll be an not an entirely different game, but pride will be hurt and they'll want to come out and show what they can do. I tend to think that just in that game at Parkhead that we were just exceptional that night, so they're not as bad as that result showed.
And John Hartson will be keen to add to his goal tally as well.
Well, John, again, you're talking about David Fernandes and John Hartson. We're fortunate that we've got some great talent up front, and he's a great goal scorer, John, and he's another one's been unfortunate. But that's what this game's all about at this level. You have to try and have a bit of competition, and let's see how they go.
And one player that's not in the team lineup tonight is David Marshall, and he travelled with us. But I mean, the very fact that he's came along tonight, John, this is great experience for him, European night.
Well, exactly. He's not in the 18, and or with Magnus Hedman being injured. But again, yeah, he's coming to see what the atmosphere and everything's like, and being around all the big guys in the hotel and things like that. He'll be all right as long as they don't get too carried away with themselves.
Well, listen, good luck. Enjoy the game.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks to John Roberts.
FK Suduva, where Tosh is off to join the commentary team now, so let me hand you over to your match commentator for this evening. Good evening to Archie McPherson.
Thank you very much indeed, Jim. Very good evening to you and to all our viewers. Now, Celtic have played in 31 countries throughout their European history, but I doubt very much if they've ever been in quite an atmosphere like this. I mean, compared to Celtic Park, it is alien territory. A little stadium, it only holds about 8,000, and I would say the Celtic support, which is round about, I would say 300-400, just slightly outnumbered by the suduva home support. Of course, were demolished by Celtic, and unfortunately, I think this had an effect on the gate. May not have had a negative effect on the Suduva team in the terms of the game tonight. I think you've heard John Robinson talking about the pride that's going to be involved with this Suduva team. They were totally and overwhelmingly outclassed by Celtic, but towards the end of the game, having had all these goals scored against them, they did knock the ball about tidily, if not all that menacingly, and they can play some attractive football, as we saw against Brighton, from that presentation situation to simply signing up. 90 minutes in David Fernandez, that could be special.
Yeah, I think obviously it's a big night for David in his appearances. Any time he's come onto the pitch, with his enthusiasm, he's on the pitch, and obviously tonight he's going to get a better chance to show what he can do. I'm sure there'll be goals, but it just shows the Celtic's strength and depth. We've really fielded a second string team here tonight, and really we have got strength, because it looks as if the players that come in tonight will want to show Martin that they're fit of a starting place in the first team.
Well, I think as the game starts, most of the noise is coming from the Celtic supporters. As I said, about 400 here tonight. Normally Celtic carry a much bigger support to a European game, but well, money's tight and Celtic are leading by 8-1 at the start of this game, so I think they'll be saving for the next round. The draw for which, of course, is tomorrow in Switzerland, and there'll be a lot of interest in who's Celtic get. I asked the manager, by the way, Martin O'Neill, at the airport arriving here, what kind of team he would like. He said another team like Suduva would do us very nicely. I don't think they want to be drawn against a bigger name thus far. And of course, when they get into that round where some of the rejects from the Champions League come in, is going to be, and still is, a very tough competition altogether. There's Craney on the far side, trying to get that away. I think they'll play with exhilaration. There's that play that we were talking about, Razinovic. You'll probably find out that Tosh and I sometimes change the pronunciation of that name, because there are about 10 syllables in it, but we'll try our best. I think we called him Raddy at Park.
Raddy, yeah.
Raddy, he is going to be, there he is, getting into the thick of it, the top goal scorer for this team. I just brought away free kick, way across on that far side, and a purposeful, brisk-looking start by Suduva. There's the man we were talking about there, and deep it goes. Hodgson underneath it, just touched to the side, trying to get that away. David Fernandez getting his first real touch of it. It goes deep, should be covered, and the ball is out of play. It has been raining slightly, Tosh. Now, we walked across the pitch, and it's actually in good nick, but I think there'll be a bit of slide and slither on the ball.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of slick on the pitch. That'll be good for Celtic's passing game, and hopefully we can get the ball played around, get it up to the front two, and hopefully Maloney, just off of the two, will create chances for them.
Picked up by Colin Healy. Fine player, Colin Healy. Long admired him. There's Maloney looking for the square ball, and he gets it. Alan Thompson shaped as if to shoot a goal, decided to change it. That's a decent ball in. It's almost an own goal, and I think the flag was up in any case. Just to a right-hand side, it didn't count anyway. I would not have counted.
Yeah, it was a decent move, and that's the pockets we're looking for Maloney to get in, just off the front two, and in the areas where he can cause Suduva damage. The ball get played wide to Bobby Pett, a real good ball into the box, and Fernandez got his head onto it, but I don't think it would have counted. The linesman had his flag up, but right from the kick-off, Celtic have showed intent. They want to get more goals in this tie.
There's a little thrust forward there by Thompson. He'll be eager to show just how good that left foot works to the goalkeeper. Rather unconventionally, an unorthodox save there, just leapt at it. Got both hands to it. Normally the ball's in the air when that happens. That was a little bit of a slip there. Suliakis picks it up, goes for the return, and cut off there by Jackie McNamara. The coach just to our right-hand side, and I may say we're very near the dugouts. So dugout language can sometimes be very interesting, Tosh, so if anything is picked up, it's not the commentary team.
Yeah, I think we're that close. We're virtually getting a game tonight, Archie, and if we need to watch our language, or else we could get a booking off the fourth official. He's just standing right next to us, so we are close to the action, and we'll find out what Martin and his coaching staff are saying in this game, but I think they'll be quite happy at the start. We've created a couple of chances. Looks as if we can open them up again. We need to keep full concentration at the back, because Big Raddy, any slip-ups, he'll try and capitalise on them.
Way the far side is Grigas to take this throw. Crowd has grown just slightly. I wouldn't put it at any more than about 1,500, something like that. Played out by Kennedy. Jackie McNamara with that bustling, purposeful style of his. Touched away there by Adodhitis. And out of play. Coach not at all happy. You can tell it, just to our right-hand side, he's not at all happy with the way they try to counteract this Celtic dust. And away goes Maloney. Getting support, McNamara. Looking across there, Hartson's gone to the far side of the penalty area, decides on Agat. Agat, the man who plays, suggested by Tosh on Sunday. Agat, nice little ball, cut back, taken away from Thompson. Hartson was there as well, and Colin Healy coming up, ends that move, but a lot of slick, sharp, cutting passes.
Yeah, one thing we could say about Agat, his final ball has to improve. At times he can get to the byline at will, but his final delivery leaves a lot to be desired. But this time, cut the ball back. We see the shot from Colin Healy, really tried to keep the ball down and hit the target. He's another one that will hopefully impress the manager tonight, because I think I've got great hopes for the guy. I think he's a terrific midfield player, and I would like him to stay at Celtic Park. But obviously he has to play at this stage in his career, and it's going to be difficult to oust the midfield partnership of Lennon and Lambert. But hopefully we can try and get him to sign a new contract at Celtic Park, because I think it would be beneficial to Celtic Football Club.
Played square, Thompson trying to get that ball to his left-hand side again. Good run by Thompson, can he lay it off? Well, he did seem to get into trouble there. There were a lot of players on his right-hand side, but he does get the free kick out of this, and he may decide to take it himself. After all, he did all the hard labour, and now perhaps he should strike it himself. Certainly facing up. So's Maloney, of course. Maloney, who can take the most exquisite free kicks. The pair of them. Now, who's decided on it? That defence goes back there. And Celtic in an interesting position. It is Thompson after all. He didn't really get hold of it. Not his best. And when he does hit them, either with power or with a curve and swerve in it, he can be quite lethal in that situation. Now, easily brought down there by Craney. Looked very good in his first touch. Hartson tried to touch it into David Fernandez. It comes off him. And away it goes, and yes, John Hartson must be suffering just a little frustration that he has two masterly players up front at Celtic Park as the regular choice.
Yeah, there's one thing about John. Every time he enters the field of play, you know he's capable of getting a goal, and he's made a massive contribution since he came to Celtic Park, and I'm sure he'll continue to do that. But it must be frustrating at times if you're scoring goals and you still can't get in the team, but he'll keep knocking away. He's now back in the international team and doing
There's a
well
little
as well.
ball inside, and that was just touched away. I think the home crowd thought there might have been a shove, but he got into the box very quickly. That was Lasenka. Thompson. Now Craney. Celtic striking the ball about confidently. Just one or two little indecisions at the back there might have got him into trouble, but away goes Jackie McNamara, getting plenty of support, and Celtic looking very businesslike in the middle of the field. Craney again, Peta on the run, he got his freedom, three players going with him. I think he seemed to look up there, and that gave the defender Adodhitis the opportunity to come and sweep that away. This club are situated 6th in a 9-club league at the moment, so they're not the best club in the country by no means, but they had a very useful result, as we all know, against Brandbergen, and they're suffering financial difficulties. Well, who isn't nowadays throughout Europe? So they're finding it impossible. They would like to sell on some players, especially Radzi up front. But nobody's come a-begging. I think he could be a useful player. Anyway, Celtic on the ball again. Peta. Thompson. Again having to come back for this. Lovely little swerve of the hips there. He does that and makes it look so easy. And there's the little pace. He's on his mettle tonight. Little attempted dummy there as Healy came across, and they just get that away. Now, Craney. Pitch might just be a little bumpy in certain areas, but Peta looking good in that far side. Will he get the support of the referee? No, he doesn't. I think there was a sort of half-hearted play for a free kick there, but it's gone behind, and it's going to be a corner kick, from which Celtic are always dangerous with the men they have in the box. It was a short one. That's Kennedy, and it's in. No, the flag is up. It's offside. John Kennedy coming up there. Remember, Kennedy scored a goal for the under-21s against Israel recently from a corner kick, very reminiscent of that.
Yeah, very strong in the air, John, and it's good to see him getting up and showing the confidence for corners and set plays, and it was a good header down, but I think John Hartson just in an offside position.
Now they're attacking and played out there. Suriaskos, second top goal scorer in the club, created that one. Craney is there though, playing that very coolly out of defence. Look at the way they're running into space, getting the ball forward. Dabbed out to Peta. Well, I think Healy realised the danger of Radzi coming up very quickly on him. Alan Thompson. Well, Thompson likes an old firm game, that's for sure. Scored an immaculate goal at Ibrox last season, as you'll probably recall. Fernandez coming back. Haven't seen too much of Fernandez yet. Peta. Well, Celtic, in fact, Tosh are looking good on either side.
Yeah, both flanks, they're teaming up well. Craney's servicing Bobby Peta, and Jackie McNamara's giving the ball to Didi Agat. That's the strengths that Celtic possess in the wider areas. Peta can get to the byline, and Silla's get plenty of pace as well, and hopefully they can get the ammunition into the box for Hartson and Fernandez.
So, free kick. Suduva really demolished, as I said, but towards the end of the game at Celtic Park, of course there was no contest at that stage. He did play some quite tidy football, but without any great conviction. That's a lovely piece of interplay. Look at Healy flowing forward. There's a chance. David Fernandez, he's going to lob the goalkeeper, and it's in. This time it does count. A beautiful move by Celtic. They open the scoring, and though Fernandez has injured himself, with 12 minutes gone, an immaculate piece of play from midfield, and finished very coolly by a man who showed with Livingston he could do exactly that.
Yeah, great finish from David Fernandez. I thought he'd just get injured in the process, but fantastic run from Colin Healy, showing the power and strength we've been talking about. Fed it into John Hartson. Nice touch from John onto David Fernandez, and the goalie coming out just lifted it over him, like all good strikers do. In Celtic really getting their just rewards for the start to the game.
Well, we were having a draw in the press bus coming to this game tonight, and you know, we're wondering what kind of game would it be if Celtic got an early goal. Would it be another avalanche? Well, the way they're playing, it looks like that. I know my score I drew out of the hat was 6-1 for Celtic, so stick in there, and that's just passed. Well, coming up there again, Healy, he is really looking sharp in midfield.
Well, as I said, Archie, anytime I see this guy, I'm impressed. Every time he adds a bit to his game. That's something that he maybe have to work on when he gets into the box. He's finishing, but certainly his overall midfield play really does excite me at times.
Radzi, but there's nobody beside him. All he did was glance it to the side. That would have been a decent move. Nobody up beside him, and he might be disheartened by that. Talking to the journalists, their journalists before the game, they were hoping that they would score a quick goal against Celtic to settle them. The very reverse has happened, and Bobby Peta, by his pace, A real thorn in the flesh on that far side, and he gets another free kick. Really bulleting on either side, both Agat and Teta.
Yeah, they really look up for it, and that's good to see, because obviously it's important that we keep pressure on the players that are already playing there. I think Martin likes that, and he'll keep Peta will keep pressure on Steve Duffy.
Here's Maloney. Curious effort, that one. I would have maybe just a little bit too far out for Maloney to try that, although he can bullet them in from 30 yards or so, and he does it with great accuracy. Not just one of these blinders. He really is very accurate with these free kicks. We've seen already this season. And the free kick this time, Healy going in. Well, I think any midfield has to have a player that personifies aggression, the right kind of aggression, of course, and even if you have the right kind of aggression, Tosh, sometimes you go over the limit. Let's take Roy Keane for an example. But nevertheless, the kind of player you want your side.
Yeah, I don't like making comparisons, but Colin Healy certainly is. I know he's from the same country, but he's the nearest I've seen to Roy Keane, and he does show that aggression, but it's channeled at times, and he really gets about the park and shows great energy and enthusiasm. And as I say, I've got my fingers crossed that he can sign a new contract at Celtic Park, because I think he can go on in the future to be a very good player for Celtic.
Picked up by Thompson. Pass not accurate enough. They're bunching on that right-hand side to try to thwart the very obvious threat that's coming from Bobby Petta. Put away by Kennedy, who's not really been under any pressure at all. Picked up here by Suliakis. There's Radzi putting it back. Well, that was a decent chance at goal, and it's just safe from the corner. Out comes Jonathan Gould. I wonder if they sweated on the goalkeeping choice, whether they would put the youngster on the bench rather than Jonathan Gould. I wonder if there was any indecision about that.
What do you mean, Rob Douglas instead of...
I beg your pardon,
yeah.
Rob Douglas.
Well, I think the boys came along for experience, and he's obviously enjoyed the trip, and Martin maybe think it's a bit too much for him at the moment, and that's why he stuck Robert on the bench. But very good experience for the kid to come along and join in the trip abroad, and hopefully he'll go on to feature at some stage for Celtic in the future.
Jonathan Gould. He'll be glad to get a game, that's for sure. Fernandez brought that down beautifully. Now here's Agat. He'll change direction again, Maloney. Hodgson using his strength. Peta waiting on the left-hand side. Three men going out towards him, and they get it away, and he gets one in the face. In actual fact, I don't think it was... It's one of these reflexive actions of a defender. Oh, he gets it on the shoulder, in fact. Shoulder to face. And on a chilly night like this, you can almost feel it from here. And Brian Scott, the physio, I think is going to go out and have a look at him. I think when, in fact, they bring the stretcher on even at this stage, and he's not at all happy.
Yeah, I think basically he just ran into the defender there, Devetinas, and really there was nothing the defender could do about it. It wasn't intentional in any way. I think Bobby just overran the ball, but he's caught it in the nose. Maybe there's a cut there, and I'm sure Brian Scott will get him patched up and back into the action as soon as possible.
You know, there was a phase in Bobby Petta's existence at Celtic Park when they looked at if he would just peter out and come to nothing, and then with the coming of Martin O'Neill, there was this astonishing revival in his form.
Yeah, I think in any case, if a new manager takes over, then everybody's back to square one, and Bobby definitely benefited from that. He really was having a torrid time under Dalglish and Barnes, but when Martin arrived, gave him the new lease of life, and he really, in Martin's first season, Bobby Petta was probably one of the most important players at Celtic Park.
Suliakis trying to get that down the left-hand side, and good tackling by Jackie McNamara. Celtic, apart from one or two little minor hiccups at the start, looked very well organised in defence. There's Radzi, taken just a little bit late by John Kennedy. Ball played away to that far side. Referee will have none of that. The home crowd, as Slavikas went down, decided that should have been a free kick. Both players going for the ball, quite accidental. Way there by Kennedy, looking quite dominating there when he goes for the ball. Better play there by Larenka. There he goes. Radzi can't get away from that cover. And whenever they look promising, there's always that extra Celtic defender to pop up and make sure they plug the gap.
Yeah, John really get caught ball watching a wee touch there, but the experience of Jackie McNamara getting behind him and mopped it up. But Radzi will need to be watched. He's obviously got a goal scoring record, and he'll be keen to add to that tonight. Lost John a wee bit there, but obviously he's inexperienced at this level. Started the game really well, and hopefully he can continue in that vein. I've seen most of his games in the under-21s. A big strong defender, and again he can go on to be a very good centre half for Celtic, and that's what it's all about tonight, seizing the chance and showing Martin O'Neill that they can play at this level.
We've played exactly 20 minutes. Celtic leading by that goal by David Fernandez. Some scorer. There were some people who thought he was not an actual goal scorer. I don't think he is. I don't think he's an out-and-out striker, of course. He's a much more creative player than that. And one or two managers thought he might be suspect for that reason, but I think Celtic have picked up a beauty here. And at the moment, you've just got to consider him a squad player, but a very good one.
Yeah, I think that's right. He's again been limited, but any time he's come onto the park, he's produced. He's get goals or either set up goals for somebody else, so he's contributing. But he'll go on to be a very good player.
That's a great run by Slavikas. Well, you can hear the crowd for the first time, the home crowd, as he thought that was in the back of the net. Larenka coming in at the last minute to try to slide that in, and that is by far the best move of the game thus far, as I said. Just over 20 minutes played.
Yeah, I think that's our downfall in Europe. There's got to be cover on Stephen Craney. He can't be in two places at the one time. He's either out challenging the boy. Somebody's got to offer him cover out there. Bobby Petter's got to go back and double up so that the big switch, we don't get caught out with that. But the boy stepping in and unleashing one. Just Larenka not connecting at the back post, unlucky.
There he goes again, Larenka. There's Radzi with a shot at goal. And that shows you how dangerous he is. He did get away from his marker that time, and the major attribute of any striker, as Henrik Larsson amply demonstrates, is making yourself available in the box and getting away from markers, and he did both there.
Yeah, again, Jackie doing his job, getting across and sweeping. John's really got to be aware that he's got to watch man and ball, and Radzi will give him a good test tonight with his movement, getting away from him again, but this time Jackie over and cover, put Radzi Navicius off a wee bit and made him rush the shot, and it really didn't trouble Jonathan Gould.
Not exactly that Celtic have lost away at the moment. I just think this team have decided that they had better give themselves a shake and try to get forward. A little phase in the game where they have been controlling midfield just a little bit more and bothering the middle of the Celtic defence. But nothing that I think would have bothered Jonathan Gould. I think he had all these shots, in fact, well covered.
Yeah, I think Jonathan, really, there's not been a shot on target, but the worrying thing is that they do seem to have good movement, and when the midfield have got time, they can pick out a pass, so we've got to make sure that we get closer to them in midfield and stop the supply into Radzi, because we've seen at Celtic Park especially that they can run into good positions, the inside right and inside left channels, that he can get on the ball and create a chance for himself.
As Fernandez, he almost got away with it there. Corner kick to Celtic again. Commanding this game, and the player who was limping about there was Devetinas. Doesn't look too happy. One or two of the subs have been warming up. But Celtic with the corner kick. A lot of curl in it. There's the back header again, and I think it was like a traffic jam in the middle then. Perhaps the two Celtic players put themselves off. Had the one gone for it, it might have been in the back of the net. There's the break. 2 against 2, and it went to the wrong side. Radzi, he had On the left-hand side, Lesinkas, who was absolutely clear, but he chose to put it to the right, and nothing came of that for this team. But the potential for an effective counter-attack there. Agat. Well, they're marking Fernandez very closely. Thompson shielded it well, and he gets a free kick out of that. The Hungarian referee very close to the play there, no mistakes. Hodgson, Thompson, Maloney, very deep Maloney. Agat, dementing this man in front of him, he really is. Healy, now McNamara. Curving ball, Hodgson with his beady eye on it, that's a beautiful ball inside, that's it. Second one as Alan Thompson read that beautifully. I mean, you could see Hodgson looking at it, might have gone for himself, and all he did, nonchalantly, heading it down into the path of Alan Thompson.
Yeah, that's a great Celtic goal. The ball played into Hartson. Great midfield play from Alan Thompson, gambling on the touch from John Hartson, getting in, taking it past the goalkeeper and slotting it away. A terrific goal, and 2-0 up. Again, nothing more than Celtic deserve, because their overall play has been good. Again, we need to keep concentration at the back, because they have carved out a couple of chances, but there's more goals to be had in this game if Celtic really want it.
And my sweep of 6-1 for Celtic looks fairly promising at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'm one ahead of that. I went for a very famous score, 7-1 as well. So,
so Celtic 2 up, and we have just under 20 minutes of this first half remaining. Maloney taking a very hard one there. Strong player at the back, Senzikas. Now Healy, a little bit careless the way he pushed that forward. That's a better ball. Just a bit too clever by half there. Alan Thompson picks it up. Healy careful about the way he put that forward. Fernandez trying to slide that tackle. Might just get away with this, Fernandez. No. Played inside to Devetinos. Now this player has got a bit of pace, but of course one of the great qualities of Jackie McNamara, when he turns round and gets towards his own goal, he's very pacey himself. That's better tackling there. Lesinkas, and Healy comes across to stop that, and that will be a throw to Celtic, in fact. Have you had to make a guess at this? I think you may have mentioned it at the start, Jackie. Are there one or two of these players who might play on Sunday?
well, obviously it depends how Agat shows up tonight. I think he's from a long injury, but Martin knows what he can do, and obviously the threat of Lovingcrans, he could fit him in there.
There's a better ball there. It's beautifully saved, and I think offside in any case. Well, they did get the opening in the defence. They played that forward very quickly indeed, and the flag was up on the far side in any case. Hodgson, just to watch that go towards Argenka. Adohaitis. The far side, Devetinos. Slow build up. Ladenka. Celtic just shuffling back, marshalling themselves. Taken away. Radzi tried to sneak in on that. Played simply by Kennedy. Big, tall, broad-shouldered player who has great potential. Well, Celtic and Scotland could be doing with rearing big defenders like that. Now watch Fernandez. He has a gap to the outside. I think he slipped there. I think he was expecting a little 1-2. Thompson. There's a chip inside, and Peta didn't come for it. I thought Bobby Peta was going to make that run from far left, but he didn't quite make it. But it's a comfortable it's not exactly a stroll, but it's a comfortable and Celtic adapted to this rather bizarre atmosphere very well.
Yeah, I think they've opened up the game. They've passed the ball around. They've scored 2 good goals. Obviously, looking to add more to that. They know they can get forward and create a chance themselves. So the game has been open, but Celtic in full control. And as I say, hopefully adding to the score as well. And a lot of boys looking comfortable in this position.
Fernandez, again, he has to come back deep. I like to see him attacking a defence from there. Nice little ball to Hartson. Well, Hartson may have got the corner kick. He does not. He gets a goal kick out of that. He just looked a little bit slow there. Obviously, David Fernandez. I noticed that when he played with Livingston, and I saw him a lot when he played with Livingston. Sometimes he was too sharp for his mates. You know, he made moves and little runs, and he never got the ball back.
Yeah, obviously he was a big fish at Livingston. He's now more of a squad player at Celtic Park. Could go on to feature a lot more. That remains to be seen. He's got to be patient. They have got high hopes for him. If you're listening to John Robertson, obviously they paid £1 million for him as well, and he'll have to be patient and waiting his chance. But you're right, at Livingston he was in fire. He was foraging for himself, and sometimes they weren't as sharp as him. But he's got a lot of good players round about him now, and they will create chances for him.
Now here's Thompson. We have 15 minutes left of this first 45 minutes. Celtic coasting. Bobby Petta, neat judge there. Tempted overhead kick that time. And once again, Colin Healy getting right into the box. Really makes powerful and intelligent and timely runs. Thompson, I think, appealing to the referee for some protection there. He's not going to get it. Play goes on. Done round there by Adohaitis. Now Maloney. Stretching the legs of Agat. Likes to take on defenders like that. Lovely little double shuffle again. That's a better looking ball. Hudson getting up to it, and well saved by the goalkeeper. But I think there was an elbow involved, and it's going to be a free kick. Was indeed. Not a good move. Almost in slow motion they went for that ball in the air. Now, McNamara, look at the purpose of it. There's Ryan, he's away. He's got a crowded penalty area in there. There's Hudson again. Now Maloney dragging the defender towards him, and Thompson appealing that he was pushed on the edge of the penalty area. The referee has none of it. Another very intelligent move there by Celtic, building it up very nicely and getting players into the box. That's the main thing. The opposition is weak, but Celtic have to maintain their professionalism. And they certainly have the technique to open up this defence time and time again. Maloney. McNamara, look at the space given there, and the flag is up again.
Yeah, a wee bit late that time, Colin, really. I thought he did hold his line very well, but obviously the linesman thought he was offside. A wee bit late, but that's the chances that we're looking for with them pushing up. We're looking to get in behind them. John Hartson picking up a booking, I think, for dissent.
Yes, well, players never learn. You can't get away with it. Referees nowadays will take the name even for breathing at them. And all these yellows, they count to, you know, they can mount up towards the end of this tournament. Might be a significant one. We hope not. Taken by Senzikas. Not a very good ball, and they look a little bit demoralized again, suduva. There was a spell of about 10 minutes when they were beginning to shape up. A little bit of bother 2 or 3 shots ago, but now Celtic dominant again. Hartson. And by the way, I should point out we'll be having another man of the match. The competition, if you agree with the choice made by Tosh McKinley. But we'll be giving you more details of that both at halftime and during the second half. And it's a free kick. Taken by Thompson. Fernandez. Back to goal that time, and I think he may, yes, it may have been barging in, and it's a free kick to suduva. And I make it about 12 minutes left of this first half. The locals have been rather muted by this Celtic performance. They really weren't expecting the team, that, I think, to at least get a draw out of this game, but I think that was rather fanciful. Fernandez wrestling with it. He's a physical player too, David Fernandez. He can look after himself. He's not easily pushed around the park. So there's a good combination there of the skill, which we all know about, and he can protect himself. Played there by Senzikas. Bobby Petta, good control, he's still in on it. Referee not stopping the play. Played forward by Lensinkas. That's a better ball to the outside, and it should be covered by, and is, Jonathan Gould. Read that very quickly, off his line. There's Agat, leaving players in his wake. He's in a mood. Back they come at him, to Thompson, now to Healy. Might want a shot at goal, looking for a little 1-2, it doesn't come off. And there's the chase now, it's a bit pace. John Kennedy is fouled, free kick. In his eagerness to get past the big central defender, Radzi clicking his heels. 10 minutes of this half left. Celtic in that comfortable 2 goals lead. Bobby Petta. Trying to chip that just in behind their defenders. And away across to that far side goes Fernandez. When I saw him playing, most of the times when he was wide, it was wide on the left. And he did have many, many penetrating runs. However, Petta with it. Cluster of players around him there. Might get a free kick out of that. He was looking rather woebegone at that moment, as if the referee wasn't going to come to his assistance. He'll get the free kick out of it. Crowded penalty area. Kennedy is up for it. Got his head to one already from a situation like this. A lot of movement in the box, as there normally is. A lot of curb, but not the best. Free kick. Petta again. And it goes for the header. How many times have you seen Colin Healy getting into the box like that, either by foot or by head? And that's a good sign.
Yeah, it is, and that's again a sign that he's got to work on his aspect of finishing. But he's getting himself into very good areas, either on the ground or this time with a good header.
Good turn by Fernandez. Wants to lay it off, didn't quite get hold of that. I think he was slipping as he went for it. Sliced there by McNamara. Kennedy has it covered. Deals with it coolly enough. Now Graney, Thompson did that beautifully. A little corkscrew turn there. Don't know how he contrived that, but now Agat. Little bit of acreage of freedom. There's the little reverse pass again, and this time Hodgson coming for it just that little bit late. But you get the impression that any time the ball is played out to Agat, he's going to rip them apart. Inside there to Grigas. Doesn't look too happy with it, getting that square ball. Throw to suduva. Well, that's a free kick. No, the referee putting play on. He's using advantage. That's a decent ball into the box and beyond them. The player coming in from the outside, La Renta. That was actually a good decision by the referee. There was a free kick. I haven't the slightest doubt about that, but the referee should play advantage.
Yeah, he played the advantage there. John Kennedy looked as when he went into the back of Raddy, I thought the referee was going to continue playing and book John Kennedy, but he let him off with a challenge from behind, and he really put in a slick move and couldn't finish it off.
Here's a corner kick. First one of the game across there. Well cleared. And it's a difficult one for Jonathan Gould off the crossbar. They can't get it, and I think, yes, the referee has stopped the play. It's a free kick. Celtic just getting off there. Well, every now and again they've come downfield like that, just to annoy the Celtic defence more than anything. Well, they had a chance there, little doubt about that, showing you they do have the ability to counter-attack. Hartson way inside his own half. Maloney. I thought the referee might have blown for that. That's rather strange. They don't get a free kick for that one. Well, we'll see, or do they? We perhaps didn't hear the whistle there. Yes, they do get the free kick after all. And it's Alan Thompson to take this with just about 5 minutes remaining of this first half. A lot of curve in it. Hartson, I think tantamount to a sandwich that, but he couldn't get any contact with the ball, and again using that broad pair of shoulders to create havoc in that defence. Flag is up for offside, and John Hartson realised that. The big Welsh international, desperately keen to make his mark at Celtic Park, and also part of the resurgence of Welsh football. They're doing extraordinarily well under Mark Hughes, and he's one of the key players. That's a free kick. Yeah, just a missed timing there by Didier Agathe. You could almost feel it coming, as a matter of fact. So they've got just about 3 minutes left to make an impression on the Celtic defence in the first half, and they certainly don't look like doing it. Coming in an old firm week, of course, a European game can be very demanding and tiring for players, which is why Celtic have left so many players behind. So a lot of useful work was done at Parkhead, not just in terms of ensuring that they would get into the draw tomorrow, but making sure they could be fresher than Rangers for the game on Sunday. Now, Bobby Petta, plenty space for Petta. Gets support. No, just a bit too much on that. He did very well to pursue that ball. I thought it was a lost cause. Shows you he can use his pace effectively. Oh, the Celtic supporters have enjoyed this so far. It's been a nice trip for them. They realised it was a formality, but a formality that had to be gone through. And Celtic have played some entertaining football and scored 2 very sweet-looking goals. Kennedy. McNamara. Big, powerful man up against Hartson as well, I may say. Played by Craney inside to Kennedy. Edging his way forward. Fernandez getting the stick again, and that is chipped in the way of the goalkeeper coming out. Fernandez trying to seize the opportunity there, coming up very quickly. Here's a counter-attack in the far side, Slavikas. Tricky little player, he's got a bit of pace to him, and that will be a corner kick, their second. And virtually on the stroke of half-time. Well, we've got about a couple of minutes, and there might be a little stoppage time. As I said, the uefa official is standing just in front of us, so we can't miss the stoppage time board this time. But plenty hide in it. Still in there and just tucked away. There's Hartson. Well, Latsinkas and Lasenka had the opportunity again. There have been so few attacks over the 2 legs that I don't think they could quite believe they've had some of the opportunities of that. Look at this run. Agathe carving his way through them. Superb run. Is that a penalty? It is. Now he deserves something out of that. An amazing run, and I think this is a man who's really showing he wants to be there on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what he's capable. Dundee Agati can pick the ball up and go at people at pace. He eliminated 3 defenders, got himself into the danger area, and when the defender tripped him, the referee had no doubt in his mind that it was a penalty kick. And you're right, he's shown that he wants to be in the starting lineup on Sunday, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was, because I know Martin likes him in that right wing back berth.
Yeah, but he's hurt. He's not looking at all happy about this, and Brian Scott and the doctor are going to trot over to see him. He's not at all happy, and he also signalled, given one of these hand signals to the Celtic bench, that he was in some distress. Meanwhile, Celtic will be preparing to take this penalty kick. And across they go to have a look at him. Well, I think the manager will be quite anxious about this. Indeed he is. I'm just looking to my left to Martin O'Neill and peering across there. Agat is limping off. Maybe okay, maybe something that looks pretty bad to start with, and they can get a recovery. However, back to the penalty area. We're virtually on the half-time whistle, and John Hartson to make it 3. No, he doesn't. He gets a loud and ironic cheer. I'm sure he's taken better than that, Tosh.
Yeah, he didn't strike the ball properly at all, and it's not like John, because he strikes a very good ball, and it didn't look as if he was setting up in his run up, and seemed to lose his footing at the last minute, and it really was a poor penalty and wide of the mark.
I actually thought the goalkeeper came off the line there.
Yeah, he did, but I think it wouldn't have mattered anyway. It was well wide of the mark, and as I say, it surprises me because John can strike a very good ball.
1 minute of stoppage time to be played, and I think we're already about 30 seconds into it. Celtic really should have been 3 up by that stage. Kennedy taking his time over it. Jackie McNamara. Jackie McNamara made some very good early runs, and I think has decided to be just a little bit more cautious. Oh, that was a push surely, but Maloney's not giving up, he's going for it. And there was a little bit of a push. He'll get the free kick. And in fact, the half-time whistle has gone as the Celtic and the Suduva players make their way towards...
You, I suppose, are best remembered for the match, which is 13 years ago this week against Partizan Belgrade. That made a big impression on the Celtic fans. What do you remember about that game?
I think it was for this team, and this time was border. If you are probably, if we have more luck, we play next round. Maybe our team will be more successful. But this game was we are in heaven, and we were really down. It was day what you dream about this day, all your football career, but your dream only still 89 minutes, not full game.
And no substitutions in the last minute.
Exactly, and I remember there's 2 minutes to the end of the game, 1 or 2 players from Partizan Belgrade stand beside the line. If I have problem with cramp and a problem physical, I didn't believe about there is something to do against us. In football you need luck, and this game we haven't this luck. I think most of the players who play this game are still from time to time speaking about this game, how we were unlucky in this game. If you see the best teams around the world, there are a lot of changes, a lot of foreign players. Like if you see, for example, Bayer Leverkusen, they play Champions League final against Real Madrid. How many foreigners? Roberto, Lucio, and other players from around the world, the same in Real Madrid, and not only Spanish player playing in this team. The same in Celtic. I think Celtic made good transfers, like Larsson, for example, and other very good players. If if you bring to the team right players. I think last few years, if you see the stadium is very nice, and the same about if you think about the players who came to the Celtic, this is one was good direction. Yeah. Thank you very much. Oh my God, Jukanowski 40.
But it's a mistake because it should say
it is 30, 10 years I'm younger.
Jackie away across here. Number 4, Senzikas is off. And as I said, number 3 is now on. Not that that is going to make a whale of a difference to the way this game has gone, which has been commanded by Celtic. Not just that. I mean, if you look at that game at Celtic Park where they scored 8 goals and then add these 2 on, they've actually scored 10 very entertaining goals. It's not just a case of a very poor team that they're playing against. Of course, certainly not the greatest, but Celtic have gone about their business and shown how they can play attractively, with power, sense of urgency about the play when required, and made it very entertaining. You can't ask for more than that. So here's Jackie McNamara. Jackie, of course, will be trying his best to make sure he can help the Scottish cause as well. And Alan Thompson, very neat and intelligent goal that he scored in this game as well. Now, Craney to Peta, over on our side now. Peta trying to get back there. Neat move there by Craney, and that pushed out there. Craney will take this. I think Stevie Craney has got a wonderful left foot as well. Another taker of free kicks, but I think he's down the pecking order for free kicks, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a lot of players, Maloney, Thompson, Larson, although Stephen hasn't been playing, but I think certainly further out he can, if required, strike a very good ball. I think you mentioned the other day, one of his very first games, he commentated on the great strike that hit the bar and showed the confidence to go up and take the free kick. And hopefully over the next couple of weeks he can get back to his best.
Here's David Fernandez. Is he going to get the touch? No, he can't. Goalkeeper very lively off his line. Kept his eye on the ball there. Didn't see too much of the goalkeeper at Celtic Park making any saves. He just got backache picking the ball out the back of the net. Colin Healy. McNamara. A lot of space there for Craney. Thompson had his jersey pulled. Referee ignores that, and back it goes to Kennedy. Knocking the ball about carefully. That was a little bit short there by Jackie McNamara. Cleared there by the substitute. Crowd trying to encourage him. Radzi out there. He really lacks support. I think he's not a bad player, but he's not got the best of support around him. Tries to get in there, and Celtic on the break. Can't quite get away with it, but Healy, untiring, ceaselessly working on midfield, and he really belts into the tackle. He doesn't hold back. Back to Jonathan Gould. Didn't look just too comfortable with that ball being going back to him, I can tell you. Anyway, Celtic on the attack. David Fernandez. Lovely little reverse pass. Hartson not up to it though. Yes, you were about to say.
Yeah, Jonathan looked as if he'd taken his eye off the ball, but thankfully at the last minute controlled the ball and sent it high up the pitch. But again, need to keep full concentration, everybody at the back and the goalkeeper as well. But it was a fiercely struck pass back from Alan Thompson.
Craney, and the flag is up. Celtic not at all happy about that. The flag had gone up, and I don't think Maloney, he's not going to be booked for this, is he? He's being booked for that. Maloney rammed the ball into the back of the net. It's the sort of thing a player naturally does if the ball is bouncing just towards the goal. I think, you know, honestly, we want players to behave, but that is just nitpicking.
Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with that. Sean's get in the box and he's frustrated that he has, or John Hartson's been caught offside. Just finishes the play off, not wasting time as such. And the referee nitpicking got his book out and yellow carded him. And Sean again, it could add up. In the next rounds, he could pick up another booking, which puts him out the next tie. And at his stage, very important to be available for all games.
Thompson to Petter. Lovely little jiggly run there by Petter. Reverse pass and Maloney. We did say right at the start that this pitch would be a little bit treacherous at times, a bit greasy. There's a better break, lightless player out here. You really can travel Slavikas. There's nobody coming for it though. Well read by Jackie McNamara. He plugged that gap very well. Read the danger, got into the slot. Now, Craney. Slow build up by Celtic. Thompson. I think there may be a substitution coming on here. There's a possibility.
Yeah, we have got the benefit. We're sitting right next to the fourth official. It doesn't need to be a brain surgeon to work out that Celtic have made it, are going to make a change. Smith's going to come on, but we're waiting to see who's going to come off.
Yes, Petter, can he get away with it? There was a good tackle there, better tackle by Grigas. And Jamie Smith just waiting his chance to come on. I think Celtic might get a free kick for that. And the substitution is taking place. Now, who's coming off? Jamie Smith waiting to catch the referee's attention, and it looks like John Kennedy. It is indeed Kennedy who's coming off, and Jackie McNamara comes across to speak to Martin O'Neill to get an instruction about how they're going to rearrange the back formation. Now, Jamie Smith who's on, I remember him, I hadn't seen him before, and he came on to play in a League Cup game at Tynecastle, and he was an absolute wow. He was wonderful, scored a goal. Scored a couple of goals, as I recall, on that night, as Celtic's youngsters really took over. Now here is Petter. Hartson. Back to Craney. Well, they're working very hard in defence now. Suduva trying to mass the ranks. Great run by Maloney. I think he might be a little bit fired up at having got unnecessarily booked. And unfairly booked in my view. Here's a turn. Little touch forward, and I'll tell you, Radzi was waiting for that. One little touch and he was away behind the defence. Now Petter. Plenty pace and plenty space. What's the final ball going to be like though? Has to hesitate. That's not a bad ball. Cleared eventually. Demetina's got behind that. Slavikos. Cut off once again by Healy, who's just a little bit deeper than he was in the first half.
Yeah, well, that's what they've rearranged. Healy's went in place of John Kennedy at the back, and it's disappointing that, because I was really enjoying his performance in midfield.
Here's Petter. He was indeed. He's now. Well, it's also good to know that you've got a young player who's varied enough to be able to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's versatile. He can go in and play at the back and show the composure in that sweeper role and come out and play a nice pass. But I was enjoying his performance that much in midfield. I just wish he would have remained there and finished the game off there.
Well, that was offside. Jamie Smith, I think. David Fernandez got off his mark very quickly, but the flag was up very quickly on the far side. Well, Lithuanian football, of course, is trying to redevelop itself, the professional game. They are all professionals, these players, but they're played meager wages by comparison with some of the Celtic players out there already, some of the reserve players. World of a difference we're watching. Here's Fernandez. Now this is what he's good at. Normally he gets clear, tries to put it across there to Smith, coming in from the right-hand side. Now Thompson, and nobody coming in from the left for that. It goes rather aimlessly past. And Jamie Smith, towards the last season, played in the League Cup as well, and looked devastating at times.
Yeah, he's a player that's capable again, along with Healy, Craney, Maloney, Simon Lynch, everything looks good for the future for Celtic, but these guys are impatient. They want to be playing, but it's going to be difficult for them to break through. But
impatient. Were you at Tynecastle when they were arguing over who would take the penalty kick to give him the hat-trick?
yeah, well, I was there, and
and
obviously Simon was on his hat-trick. I would have given him the benefit of the doubt. I think Sean went on to miss the penalty, but Simon was keen to take it, because that would have been his first hat-trick at senior level, and he really should have been allowed to take it.
Well, the enthusiasm of youth, they have it. They have it in gallons. There's no doubt that these two are part of Celtic's future. Now, free kick. Taken by Lazinkas. Not a bad ball put in there, and just past. That's perhaps one of the clearest efforts I've had in the game. Big fellow going up there is Grigas. Grigas, who is also a free kick specialist. Now Didier Agat, he's lying very deep. Flicked away by Craney. Good control and good understanding between the two Celtic players on the left-hand side of the field there, and Fernandez hasn't quite got going tonight. David Fernandez, he scored a lovely goal, but you know, there's a lot of potential in him, and you feel, here he goes, and it just isn't quite coming off.
Yeah, it's not quite come off. Another wee interesting point, that Martin has went to a back four tonight as well, and in this second half, Didier Agat seems to be filling in the right back row, which could indicate that he could fill in there on Sunday as well.
Now, Azikas. He's gone a pace too much, I think. Well, appeals for a penalty there, but nothing doing. Nothing doing at all. And remember, we've got that Celtic TV man of the match. That'll be picked by Tosh, and the number you can call, 090 79 29 20 20, 090 79 29 20 20 20. We'll be giving you Tosh's view on that and the selection before the end of the night. And that was offside, and just Tosh.
Well, it was very tight, and if we're giving strikers the benefit of the doubt, it looked as if he was onside, but the linesman decided to put his flag up. But as you're saying, it was a borderline, very tight, but we'll have to go with the official in this case.
Well, I don't think I've ever been closer to coaches before during a commentary in a game, but the Lithuanian coach almost went apoplectic there. Recovered very quickly as Celtic pick up again now. Nice little dunk forward there, and Harson again on that slightly treacherous surface, but Celtic knocking the ball about. Maloney, look at the pace of him, the wee legs going like the clappers, and now Fernandez, wrong footing him, can he cut it back? He can't. Harton just came in a little bit too far. Well, since he got that booking, Maloney really has upped the pace entirely. Now, here they go. Not a bad ball put forward, and that's a shocking end to what looked a promising move. Slavikas does well down this right-hand side, well covered though by Craney. Got the better of him again. Bobby Petter, Alan Thompson. He does that with the greatest of ease. Beautifully picked up there by Smith, and it just runs away from him. You've got to admire the way that Craney, close to the touchline there, can clip long and accurate passes like that. Well, they're stringing one or two passes together, but making very little headway. Good tackle there by McNamara. Some dissent in the crowd about it. The referee didn't think so. Alan Thompson looking menacing again. Here's Hartson, will he let fly? I thought he might. Plays it wide. Smith will get this. The final ball is going to be touched in. No, the goalkeeper gets down to it. Good move by Celtic, and Smith, I'm not quite sure, could it have finished better if he'd got a little bit of elevation on the ball?
Yeah, I think the angle really should have been to try and cut the ball back, but again, good play from Thompson. He seems to glide across the grass effortlessly. The ball out wide to Smith. I thought he should really have tried to cut the ball back rather than well, I think he possibly was doing that rather than going for the shot, but the referee, the goalkeeper getting down well and smothering the ball.
Now Peter. Maybe not just as thrusting as he was in the first half. Fernandez. The pace has really slowed down. Thompson. Hartson, can he lay it back again? Uses his strength, can't get the shot in. Maloney. Now Peter, he's got a little bit of freedom. Up goes Hartson, does get the little touch, but nobody supporting him at the back. Away goes suduva. Yes, I think the referee has stopped the play for that tackle. It is a free kick. And, well, I think when Latsinkas went down there, I think he'll recover all right. Does indeed. Well, you can hear the Celtic dugout shouting to Petter, go and cover. A lot of jersey pulling going on there. Look at the position he's in, huh? Very, very deep indeed. Agat picking that up almost in the right back position. That's out of play, I think. Throw to suduva. Now played inside. Devitinas. Got a little bit of pace to him, but accuracy of passing is not one of their specialities, that's for sure. Hartson getting the free kick, takes it just maybe a little bit too quickly. Jamie Smith wasn't prepared for that. Celtic still very much the superior side and in control of this game. And Fernandez pushed out of the way. Free kick yet again, and one wonders. Can you imagine Craney having the audacity to go to the senior players and saying, I'll take this?
Yes. No, I think he's going to leave it for Thompson or Maloney. I think it's favoured more for Thompson, but we've seen Maloney in these positions before getting a good striking goal. But Craney's line wide open. If we happen to look up and see him, he can strike a decent ball from there.
There's Thompson with it. He's going for goal. Magnificent free kick. I'm not quite sure the goalkeeper got the finest of touches to that. He went for it. It did come off the crossbar. Very, very near. And again, it shows you the power that Celtic have from different feet for free kicks. They certainly miss Lubo Moravchik. I mean, he was a master at that, but there are plenty of people in there that can do exactly the same. Maloney to Petter. Now Craney. Very poor ball by Craney that time. Not quite sure what he was playing at. Seemed to lapse his concentration. Here's Maloney. And the flag goes up on the far side. Again offside, and we've now played about 18 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, back to the free kick. It really was a powerful strike. I think we're going to see it again. And keeper looked as if he had no chance with the sheer power of the shot and the ball coming off the crossbar.
Yeah, he didn't touch it. I thought at first he might have touched it, but I don't think so. Just trundled out there. That's going to be a goal kick. You know, the transfer market at this stage, it used to be bubbling, didn't it? But now everything is. I know you're very close to agency work, Tosh. It really is a very odd environment out there now, isn't it?
Yeah, with the window closed, even talking to pressmen, there's nothing happening. There's no speculation who Celtic or Rangers will be buying. I know Rangers have been linked to Suker. I don't think that's going to happen, but you're right, it seems strange that for the first time the window's closed. There's nothing really to talk about until the window opens back up on the 1st of January.
Petter, Craney, neat triangular play again. Thompson, Fernandez turning on it. He's usually very good at that, and I think the flag was up again on the far side. Yes, free kick.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating night, either getting caught offside or maybe going to beat an extra man, or the ball getting caught under his feet. You're looking for more from David Fernandez. It's been a difficult night for him, but he showed in flashes in the past that he can produce either goals for other people or goals for himself, and he's a very good squad player at the moment at Celtic Park.
Well, I think if there were to be any anxiety for Martin O'Neill, it would be about injuries and so on. And there was a little bit of aggro with Fernandez. Referees coming across very quickly. Devetinas and he. Well, they weren't going to embrace each other, that's for sure.
Yeah, Devetinas had a wee kick at David Fernandez there, and obviously the referee seen it, took no action.
Oh, Fernandez might fessing onto this. Almost got it. Very careless defending. Now they're mixing it a little bit more now. One or two of these players are demonstrating how frustrated they are, and Devetinas did it again.
Yeah, but that shows you the nitpicking of the referees. Book Sean Maloney for time wasting,
and nothing out of that.
Devetinas blatantly kicking David Fernandez and doesn't act on it. It just shows you the inconsistency at times, and as I said, the nitpicking of officials, and it can frustrate players.
Here's a counter-attack. Lovely little ball inside. Going to be hit by Thompson. Brilliantly saved. That was bound for the net. Clean, clinical, and yet the goalkeeper just got the touch to it. That was net bound.
Yeah, Paddy Manska's getting his hand to it. A powerful shot again from Alan Thompson. He really does possess power in that left foot of his, and the goalkeeper doing well to turn the ball over. Shot, free kick, corner kick.
Away it goes. Peta might find it difficult, and does, to try to keep that ball in play. Lots of good running, and I suppose if you analyse what Celtic have been doing tonight, some of these players playing exceptionally well and demonstrating overall the depth of their squad. No question about that. Alan Thompson finding it hard to get into the side.
Yeah, well, this is a team, a second string team, and it shows you that we have got two teams to compete. That's 22 players that are all capable of playing in the Celtic first team, and that's what Martin wants. Competition in each place. Two players playing for one position in the first team, and that's what we're seeing at the moment.
Little flick on Bobby Peta coming in there, side net. I think the goalkeeper might have got a touch to that. He did indeed. And we credit him now with two very good saves. One a really special save. Another corner kick to Celtic. They've just been little phases at Tosh. The corner is taken there with Celtic players being just a little bit slower, but by and large they've kept a fair momentum going in this game, which again is credit to the players. The tie is already won, the game is won, and yet they're still coming forward like this. There's Fernandez, lovely little touch. There's Hartson, and he didn't get hold of it. Fernandez being a little bit unselfish there, maybe too much.
Yeah, he really should have pulled the trigger himself, and it's not like David Fernandez in the box. You would think he would have a go, but thought the better pass was to John Hartson, and we see Jackie McNamara over at the bench complaining that he's picked up some sort of niggle, so I think they're going to change him immediately. But we've seen Fernandez carving out the chance for John. Again, John, it's been a frustrating night for him. He doesn't look as if he's on it tonight. Chances have been created for him, and obviously he's missed the penalty as well, but we know of his capabilities. If he does continue to go in, he will get goals for Celtic, there's no doubt about that.
Fernandez, very good position, cuts it inside again, and just beyond. Maloney took it up, took the square ball, and there was another little touch, a little deflection, and another corner kick to Celtic, on this time on the far side. So a lot of shouting going on from the Lithuanian bench. But at this moment, I'm not quite sure if they're going to make the substitution for Jackie McNamara. I think they might in the next couple of minutes.
Looks as if young Miller's coming on for Jackie, Archie. And,
yes, this is a player I haven't seen yet, Tosh. Here's a run forward by this very enterprising and lively player on the right-hand side. I've never seen Miller before. This will be the first time I've seen him.
Again, features very well in the under-21s, and he's a central midfield player, so he'll probably slot in there. I'm just looking about, maybe Tomo
Alan Thompson will go in and fill in at the back. We're looking as if we are short of back players at the moment, but certainly Alan Thompson could go in and fill in there if Liam Miller takes up a central midfield position.
Well, they've substituted as well, but Koulias is coming on. They've made that substitution. Celtic still waiting to make theirs. And that should be Jonathan Gould's. It is. Under pressure from Radzi. Getting plenty of height and distance in that. Picked up there by Soliaskos. They're just playing easily just now. Hasulius, the substitute, is playing central midfield as well. Still waiting for a break in play to get Miller on. The substitute, Hasulius, Didier Agat, making a very good effort at playing in that right back position.
Yep, we're seeing the sub now. Yep, Didier's went in and filled in the right back position in this second half, and it might indicate that Martin might try and use him to combat the pace of Livingston's at the weekend.
Off comes Jackie McNamara, on comes young Liam Miller, and Alan Thompson takes the captain's armband. And we have exactly 20 minutes of the game left, maybe slightly less than that. 2-0 Celtic. Crossing the far side, Larenka. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Hartson. He did that very well, the Hartson, and I think the referee didn't like it though. Just using his body and his posterior just to turn the player around. It's going to be a free kick on that far side. And it's a it's getting colder and colder here tonight. Chilly evening in Lithuania. The weather has been fine earlier on today, but we expected the temperatures to plummet, and they are. Bobby Petter. Thompson regaled the pitch with that glorious free kick. Hardly seen a gap in the second half. Just been quite content to lie in that deeper position. Smith. That was Miller, by the way, who picked that up. They're trying to put it back, and there, shot at goal. Miller coming up, getting his first touch in that central midfield position, and quite bold and confident enough to come forward and do that.
Yeah, I think all the players now have the confidence. They don't get fazed by getting into the first team setup. They know they're capable, confident in their own ability, and Miller's another one, another good kid for the future, and he's already been, along with Michael Doyle, to our house in loan last season, and he's gained a lot of confidence from doing that, and experience in playing in the top league in Denmark.
Agat. Beautiful little ball put through there. Bobby Petter, what's his finish going to be like? There's Hartson after it, claiming there was a push in the penalty area.
Yeah, I think it was his right to claim. I think he did get pushed, but obviously with the referee already given one penalty, it's going to be difficult for him to give another.
Who's going to let fly this? Hartson's offside, yes. He did get his shot in this time. I think the referee did get it right. Again, another interesting build-up by Celtic. Been the close passing and the accuracy of it has been a feature of the play tonight.
Yeah, young Maloney, that's what we want to see him doing, carving out chances for the front two and areas and pockets that hurts teams, and carved out that one, but John obviously straying offside and the linesman put his flag up. But that's what we've been missing, the craft of Lubo Moravcik, just to open teams up, and hopefully Sean Maloney can be the new player to do that.
There's an effort again, the crowd encouraged by them just getting into the Celtic half occasionally. It's a bit of pass inside, but no support. I really have liked number 9, Slavikas. He's got pace and not inhibited at all going forward. There's Maloney. Now Miller. Bad pass that time by Agat. Turns the tables on Celtic. There's the player I was talking about, Slavikas. Started getting back very quickly to him, and I think he was manoeuvred out of a possible shooting potential there. Good defending. Not rushing into the tackle, just letting him get into an impossible angle. Agat. Maloney. Now Thompson. Just a little bit too obvious there. Easily read by the defender. Well, as I said in the press sweep and the bus coming to this game, I got 6-1 for Celtic, and earlier on it looked promising. I don't think it's going to quite end up like that now. They lead by 2-0, and we've exactly 15 minutes of the match remaining. Remember the Celtic man of the match. There's the number for you at the bottom of the screen. And Tosh will be making his verdict very soon, within the next 10 minutes. Well, there's a chance. Out came the goalkeeper. Well, Tosh, you know, the nerves suddenly take over from time to time. But Celtic still fighting very hard.
Yeah, they've chopped and changed at the back, and it can be difficult at times, but I think they've coped admirably, and Colin Hales went in the place of John Kennedy. Agat seems to have slipped into the right back role, and it can't be easy at times, but we've kept him out so far, and a clean sheet will breed confidence not only to the back players but also to Jonathan Gould, the goalkeeper. It will be good for Jonathan. Limited appearances again to keep a clean sheet tonight.
Well, one of the most entertaining sights I saw in Scottish football was Simon Lynch, the player who's about to come on for Celtic, arguing with Sean Maloney over who should take a penalty kick at Tynecastle towards the end of the game. In fact, Maloney missed it. Well, we're just about to see Lynch come on. Let me remind you, by the way, that man of the match competition, for those whose view coincides with the gentleman beside me, will get a signed Celtic jersey. So that's a prize for the man of the match competition. Tosh will make that decision very shortly indeed. Now, tucked away there by Lysinkas. Celtic trying to close them down. And another free kick. Not that anything has come from these positions so far. They're just quite simply an ordinary team, aren't they?
Yeah, they're ordinary. We now see Simon come on. I would like to talk more about his goals that day at Tynecastle. I thought it was a very good performance from him, and obviously he showed the hunger to take the penalty, but two smashing goals. We now see him coming onto the pitch, and hopefully he can add another one to his first team scoring. When he's two appearances, he's already scored 3 goals for the first team.
It's a good move. And that's a good save by Jonathan Gould. Well, if I had to choose a man of the match on their side, it would be number 9, Slavikas. He's really had a go going down this right-hand side. A very useful wee player indeed. And he almost got through there. There's the shot, and a good save by Gould.
Yeah, I was criticised in some corners for the Basel game, but I thought Steve Guppy done his utmost to try and turn the tide. Obviously, I'm always going to pick a Celtic player working for Satanta and Celtic TV, and that night I picked Steve Guppy, but it will be a Celtic player tonight, no doubt.
Well, there's a little ball played inside, and Hodgson tried to place it. You could see he was angling. He didn't go for any power. He just wanted to angle it away, and it didn't quite come off.
Yeah, lovely setup from Simon Lynch, wide and right, played a nice ball into John Hartson and found the target, but another good save from Paddy Manskis, and get down low to his left and turned the ball away. But good balled up play from Celtic, especially Simon Lynch.
There's a neat little turn by Fernandez. The referee is waving play on. Celtic flooding into the box. Just a little bit too high. And put behind by Kunivikas. Corner kick on that far side again. The gat comes across. A lot of shouting and bawling we can hear down here, telling players to get in there, and Agat with it. Just touched away. Well, the sub who's come on, Hasilias, has looked pretty useful. Hard-working player in midfield. I think Agat has been preserving his energy in this second half. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Maybe he's been told just to take it a little bit easier. I know he's playing in a different kind of role. There's a lovely little move forward there. Didn't quite come off, though.
Yeah, fantastic run again there from Simon. He's capable of doing that, picking it up and getting at people. This time dropping onto his left foot and had the courage enough to take on the shot, but didn't really trouble the goalkeeper, but obviously get the confidence to go and a run and eliminate defenders, and that's what I like to see about front players, and good play there from Simon Lynch.
Agat drew away from that tackle. He's been very careful. Now Smith come away across to this side now. It started off operating down the right-hand side. Fernandez. Now Maloney. Saw a little run forward there which didn't quite come off. Again, you could see that Jimmy Smith wanted to go through that left channel now. Miller, Fernandez. Cut it back. Oh, Hartson was screaming for the ball there, and there was nobody covering him. And he'll be annoyed about that, as any striker would. Now here's a counter-attack. Celtic were just a little bit spaced out there, but that's a dreadful ball forward. They did have an opportunity there. I think they might, Suduva might be making another substitution shortly. Not that any of the substitutions has materially altered this game in any way. Completely controlled by Celtic from the outset. Now Smith. Dragging players with him. Try to cut that back. He thought he might get a free kick out of that. The referee indicating a throw in. And the referee wasn't too happy with a Suduva player there. I think he was trying to obstruct Jimmy Smith. Keeley under a little bit of pressure, but he kept his head. Now Craney has, I think, been facing their most talented player on the performance tonight. He's kept his head, but he's been a difficult customer for him to get, and that runs out. Well, it was something Martin O'Neill wasn't happy about there. He was coming out giving somebody a tongue lashing. I'm not quite sure who it was. And there's going to be a substitution by them. It's Suliaskas who's coming off. As I said, he's a second top goal scorer, and it looks to me as if his hamstring's gone. Now, Maloney, a little bit of space here. Good run forward by Smith. Well, they're putting the boot in now, and the Celtic bench were not at all happy. And there is a yellow card indeed for the man I've been complimenting on his very good play, but he deserves a yellow card for that. There was a reckless challenge. Now the Celtic bench, now Martin O'Neill usually hops up and down. He's been fairly calm and composed tonight. There's not been too much to get greatly excited about, but he leapt to his feet that time. The upshot, a free kick to Celtic, and we've got just about 5 minutes of the game left. It's a low one that could have gone anywhere, looking for a little ricochet there. Well, I think anybody who can knock John Hartson off his feet must be a pretty powerful player. Now then, man of the match. Never an easy task. We're getting into these last 5 minutes as we promised. Remember, the prize for this is a signed jersey, and we've already given you the telephone number. We'll watch this free kick And then Tosh will give us his verdict. Free kick to Celtic. A lot of movement there again, and the goalkeeper deciding the punch. Better part of valor now. Thompson. Will be played back to Craney. Right, Tosh, take over.
Yeah, it was a difficult choice because I think Colin Healy would have remained in the midfield slot, then there would have been no problem for me to name Colin man of the match. But I think his overall performance, he scored a nice goal. We've seen the shooting power on a couple of occasions. Tonight my man of the match is Alan Thompson.
Alan Thompson gets man of the match of Celtic attack again. The young players thrusting forward there. Hartson, I think there's going to be another yellow card here. Coming thick and fast for a team that are now beginning to disintegrate, and the self-discipline seems to be ebbing away, which is a pity. They've been demolished in the first game, outplayed in the second game, and in many ways it's been a kind of masterclass that Celtic have conducted in a region of football that is trying to make its way in the world. Well, they've been given some lessons over these virtually 180 minutes now played. Taking their time over the free kick. Well, that's a beauty! Off the underside of the bar this time. Craney was the man. I'm expecting him to come up, and it shows you now. I mean, that's two players hitting left foot free kicks brilliantly.
Yeah, he showed the confidence. We asked the question the last time, he decided not to go over. This time Thompson left the ball to Stephen Craney. A terrific shot again. The goalkeeper, no chance. The ball hitting the underside of the bar, nobody following in, but a real terrific free kick from Stephen Craney.
Look at Maloney coming forward. Hartson seemed to labour in that, and I think there was several Celtic players wanting to pick that up. That could have been 3. Agat. Oh, just touched away. Corner kick though.
Yeah, I think the last chance we're seeing it. Oh, that's a free kick. Terrific power from Stephen Craney, underside of the bar, with the goalkeeper no chance. The last chance, I think John Hartson possibly got in the road of Simon Lynch, ready to pull the trigger, never short of trying a pot at goal, Simon.
Well, Agat is taking instructions from the assistant referee out there when to take this. Hartson did get his head to it that time. Angles it away. And that's the indication of a man who's very powerful in the air, but also intimidating in that sense. You know, he's a big player, and he's very difficult to mark. I make it 3 minutes of the game remaining, plus any stoppage time. Now, I think there certainly will be some. Picked up by Lasinkas. Try to spread it and widen the play just a little bit, but the final ball has been very, very poor in the game. Well, look at the pace here. Remarkable the way he can go forward like that. Jimmy Smith, and once again Fernandez not quite getting there. Good play, Thompson, your man of the match. Almost carving out a third for Celtic. I would say the only disappointing feature of the night, because of the potential there, has been Fernandez just a little bit. Not quite coming off, promising a lot, but not just quite happening for him.
Yeah, I think the final ball, not just from David, but from other players, has been disappointing. We're getting into good areas in the last third and picking the wrong option, either going front post where we should be cutting it back, or cutting it back where we should be going front post where strikers are making good runs, and that has been the disappointing feature, because strikers are getting in good positions, and if we pick them out, they will stick the ball away.
So the Celtic supporters have come across here, as I said, about difficult to judge, but 300 or 400, not as many as would normally come to an away tie, but the game was, the tie was finished at Celtic Park, so it's not surprising. In fact, I suppose it's surprising they got 400 at all, given this is a game of a formality. but they have been there giving their support. Flipped away there by David Tinas. Radzi with it. Well, he was influential near the end of the game in getting their goal, doing not badly there. And a good tackle at the end. When that was played forward, it looked as if he might just get through. Look at the pace of them again. Maloney going strong. Just over though. We're into the last minute, and uefa's official just in front of us is about to tell us there are 2 minutes of stoppage time. 2 minutes. That's not a bad ball. Here's the little man who was booked, and it's just beyond him. Well, there were 2 players coming in there, Lasinkas and Adohitas. But a good move across there, and they realise that Slavikas, number 9 there, does have the pace just to get beyond Craney, and he certainly did that time. Thompson did that beautifully, kept his eye on the ball despite the presence of that player very close to him. Here's Miller. Maloney. Oh, it's a beautiful ball inside. Fernandez. Once again, thwarted. Trying to get in on that. The home crowd want a goal. Will he get one? 2 minutes, as I said, of stoppage time. Urging their team on. They've got 4 players in the box and just tucked away. The final ball, as I said, not been penetrating enough. Celtic offside.
Yeah, the final ball not been good enough. This guy in the right-hand side, you like him, number 9. Archie's got to the ball, the dead ball line in numerous occasions, but really his final ball leaves a lot to be desired. But Thompson in that, the last occasion, ball watching a wee bit, but it's really he's worked his tail off, Alan Thompson, in a number of positions, and that's why I made him man of the match.
Well, Tosh, you'll be popping up with Jim very shortly. We'll let him get to that position now as this game comes to an end, as Celtic triumph, as we all expected they would. Perhaps not scoring as many goals as we all assumed before the game started, but nevertheless, once again, you have to credit them with their professionalism, doing the right things at the right time, and just simply being in an entirely different class, as the referee does bring the game to an end. That was a singularly professional performance by Celtic. I don't think there's any doubt about it that when you see a Celtic team performing like this, and the manager, by the way, Martin O'Neill, streaked across the field and then came back again. We caught him, and I think we're going to interview him now. Martin is going to be talking to us very, very shortly indeed, as the Celtic players go off here. Comforting night for them, because serious injury has also been avoided, and all thoughts now on the Old Firm again on Sunday at Celtic Park. And I'm quite sure that Tony Hamilton with Martin O'Neill will be bringing that game up. Tony.
Thanks very much indeed, Archie. Martin, pleased overall to be through to the draw tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, we'd done all the hard work in the first leg, but it was good to see us there playing tonight and getting a few goals. We could have scored a few more in the second half, but obviously pleased.
Much of the talk beforehand was about the youngsters who would be likely to feature, but, you know, for us tonight, it was Alan Thompson that stood out.
Yeah, I mean, there was a number of excellent performances. Alan did very well, and so did, I thought Sean Maloney was outstanding for us. And Kennedy came in and did very well. The only reason that I took him off was just for the Jamie Smith, who's been with us now to get some sort of a game, and that was all. But very, very pleased with all the youngsters.
Rangers, of course, on Sunday, and 7 well-rested players back home.
Well, I mean, you never know whether that helps or not. Sometimes it's better to be in a battle during the course of the week, and if you